Dude, I see a level 20 Gyat over there on my radar. Don't you pinch your nose at me, Snake. I'm just saying, I'm dumb. And if they had Bihan come back, which is in character, I wouldn't look so dumb right now. Hey, I'm being open and honest. I don't deserve to be roasted right now.
I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything we can do to help you anymore.
I'm perfect just the way I am.
You absolutely are not. Not
perfect, but I'm unique. Just the way I am.
I'm gonna hold this over your head forever, dog. I hope you know that.
It's been a month, guys. Holy shit. It feels like it's been a while.
Whose fault is that?
Another room.
No, I do believe it's the fault of the guy who's like, yo, I want to make my own video.
And the video wasn't even an hour long. I'm so disappointed. With how long it took, I thought for sure it'd be like at least an hour long video.
So
I shot like 30 minutes.
Should have been way longer, Mr. Sonic.
It was really good though. It was a dynamite video.
Oh, me! You guys are talking about me. I thought you guys were talking about the Kombat Kast. Sorry. I was out of this conversation.
Oh, you!
I'm reacting to the Kombat Kast, dude.
He's pretending not to know who we're talking about. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Because TrueUnderDawg, you said the Kombat Kast was very short too.
To be fair, for how much they rushed that Kombat Kast, they covered a lot. I was kind of impressed.
Yes, and I think they're rushing it because they're like, guys, we're saving the big Kombat Kast for when Noob Cyber comes out. Then we'll talk about the new stuff that we can't even talk about invasions mode and stuff like that. Like they're saving all that shit.
Well, I will say though, they're still kind of lazy for not doing a separate cast for each cyborg. There's like no reason really not to. They had a whole like, what, 2 week or so gap between Cyrax and Sektor. They could have squeezed in a
I think
Kombat Kast.
The reason may have been the fact that they had a lot to say about them, hence why it was so short, even covering both of them in one episode.
Wow.
I mean, maybe, but there's so much cool stuff going on with those characters they like lightly touched on. Like Cyrax having a freaking command grab that can't be ducked by default. That's really OP in Mortal Kombat. Like almost no one gets to have that.
Let's get the episode going before we
exactly.
Talk about we already started. We're already grilling Sonic. So I assume we already started. We tend to start by just roasting the crap out of Sonic.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Kombat Kings. Before we start, I think we all should give a applause right now, everybody. Woo! Everybody give an applause to TrueUnderDawg here because he edited the last 2 episodes on the Kombat Kings podcast. So thank you very much for that. Covering me.
I'm glad you're not too salty about it because I did do Nobody Cares to you like twice.
You did that twice. You did that twice.
I'm sorry. It's just like when I'm editing and y'all talk about the freaking Invasions is already roasted for being like the most hated mode. So when y'all talk about it for almost a whole hour, I'm like, there's got to be some fat to trim here. There's got to be some fat to trim here.
You trimmed out like an hour of our Invasions mode conversation, basically. You didn't know, Snake? Like about an hour of our conversation was just cut out.
I trimmed out like an hour. That's a bit of an exaggeration. I trimmed out an hour of the overall podcast so that it was, instead of being 3 hours, it was like 2, and then each episode was an hour long.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was 4 hours actually. Oh, okay, if I thought you cut it like
it might have been. My point is, I swear I only cut out stuff that was like absolutely nobody gives a shit. Like I was listening to it and I was like, nobody cares about this.
Yo, fellas, let us know in the chat. Is Dog fucking stupid and wrong? We know he is, but you know, is he stupid and wrong in this case? Do you want to hear us rant today about Invasion mode for the umpteenth time in excruciating detail? I think you do, but you know, who knows? Let us know in the comments and boost. That
could be the audience. That could be. I mean, we may have found our niche. I also only made fun of. I did think the overall concept of what Sonic wanted to talk about with Chameleon being Zaterran or whichever one of the other. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But then like we took like 15 minutes of rambling to even talk about it, so that's why I did the nobody cares and got to 15 minutes later. Also, you had to explain to me like the difference, but like so we skipped to that part too. I was like, okay, let's actually explain the difference so that it makes ooh always outdressed. I'm always outdressed by Snake.
Yeah, Ebony, Ivory. That's actually
this is the best Dante. DMC4 Dante, the best one. He doesn't wear Batman pants, but it would be a really cool mod if Dante wore Batman pants.
Dante with Batman pants. Makes sense. That's sick.
He's in that Astrobot game now. Hooray!
Yes! Oh, I'm so jealous of you PS5 users now. That is the game that I'm like, PS5 has games memes now, basically. Like, I'm jealous of PS5 users just for that. Did you say it's free? No,
is
it's
it
not
free?
free.
I think it might be free.
No, the first,
No.
the previous one was.
The demo, yes.
Oh,
because
okay.
Astrobot is a game that was just like a little tech demo for PS5 that you can play, but they turn it into a full-fledged game. Like,
well, that's the funny thing because the original was on PSVR 1. It's pretty decent from what little I played of it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and so you'd be looking around and watching him go in little VR world. You weren't viewing it from his perspective; you were watching him go. It's pretty neat. But then they did the sequel as a PS5 tech demo thing, and then they were like, now we're going to do another one. And apparently the first one is also very heavy on PlayStation references, but I don't think they have, like, Dante doing his fucking ebony and ivory juggles on random dudes like he does in this one.
Yeah.
Or what I think is a brilliant joke is, in the bit where you play as Kratos, you have to, like, squeeze through a narrow gap at one point. Because all these big AAA games, you have to squeeze through the narrow gap because of the load times. And it's like, just put. I'd sooner have a load screen. I genuinely would. Stop it. Looking at you, fucking
He does
Final
not speak
Fantasy
for me.
VII remake.
But it's great in
He does not
Astrobot,
speak for me. I'd rather squeeze through a gap than a loading screen. I hate them.
Squeeze through a grab in Resident Evil, squeeze through a grab in The Last of Us, which all were
That being
referenced
said,
in
you
the
could mix it up with
Astrobot.
an elevator every now and then, or like a garage door, like what Last of Us did. That works too. There's ways to mix it up.
I love the references in Astrobot. People keep sharing them on like Twitter and stuff. Like,
did you update your set? Your background looks better.
oh, well, I mean, we never complimented his epic sword yet, but
Yeah.
updated.
Cinto.
Yes, Sento with a skull on it.
Oh wait, no, in order to properly represent Dante.
You gotta stab yourself. Yep.
Yes.
He somehow stabs himself every game.
I'll never ever understand why in the last episode of the Devil May Cry anime, Dante gets stabbed in the shoulder with his sword and he's just unconscious for like 14 out of the 21 minutes of the final episode. Why?
Oh, yeah.
It's the shot. He's been impaled through the chest several times, including with this very sword, and it just made him stronger every time. But the anime is like, nah. He's like, oh. And then so the little girl can come in and pull the sword out, and it's like, yeah, give her something to do. The Devil May Cry version of Chris Thorndike from Sonic X. No, disgusting. I'm not having it.
Oh, by the way, we were talking about the length of the video. I wanted to talk about some comments that we got on our last video. Some are pretty fun. We got people who are mad at my Conan the Barbarian opinion. We got people who are mad at TrueUnderDawg's opinion about the Northman. We got people who are recommending me Scream movies. And I got this one person, I think, because there were 2 episodes that came out because we split it in 2. This one person was legit in like this concerning voice being like, why is it only 1 hour? What happened? Is there going to be a part 2? Like, what's going on, guys? And I went, don't worry, there's going to be a part 2. And then the next video, he comes back and it's like, why is it still only 1 hour? Are you guys okay?
Well, now you know.
Just so, like,
because
just so a comment.
Because Dog thinks you guys don't deserve content.
Damn. To be fair, the last 2 episodes did do really good, though, I think, view count-wise.
Yeah.
And
They're actually pretty. They're not the best, but they're good. They did pretty well, above average.
I think part of that was probably down to the thumbnail game.
yeah, Dog did a good job with the thumbnails.
Who made those?
I mean,
overall,
You made the thumbnails.
your own video thumbnails are dog shit. They're just like AI face every time. But this stuff is good.
Very
these
commitment.
These are the best thumbnails we've had since the last time I made one.
It's
Damn.
Earth-based.
Wow.
True.
Okay, I'm gonna do a face app with like the Force Snake turning him to Sindo again or something.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, I was a bit lazy with the newest one because all I did was legit find a couple of good zooms really early on of me and is it Snake or Sonic with me in the newest one? I think it's Snake, right?
I
Or is it
think
Sonic?
so. You can just look it up.
Yeah,
right
I just
now.
took like 2 random shots. I was like, this looks good enough for funny expressions. I just put them in. I didn't even look. The first one actually looked for like some good ones, and this one I was kind of like, these work.
I think you got a good one with Snake though. At least I like this one.
It was pretty genius though. for anyone who wants to know the funny behind the scenes of the first thumbnail of the 2-part video, so like the second to newest video, not counting this one, so third newest. Originally, inside of Cyrax's helmet, I had the Giga Chad, I think. And you guys were both like, I don't get it. And I'm like, fair enough. Okay, let's make it funnier. So I put in, who would I put in next? Oh, Will Smith.
Will Smith? Yeah, Will Smith.
I did Will Smith, like, yeah, that's hot. And then, yeah, we had a couple of different ideas. Snake had some really good inside joke ideas, but me and Sonic were like, I don't think enough people understand that reference. Yeah. So we changed that. Then we did like the hot ones, Shaquille O'Neal, and it was. I think perfect.
Shaquille was the best. Yes, excellent thumbnail there.
The best.
Speaking of comments, there was one more comment I'd like to mention because I find this to be an important correction that like I should make because it's a fault on my part. Remember I mentioned like a couple episodes ago, even the last time and a couple episodes ago, I was like, where is the deadly hybrid Melina skin? Like, come on guys, I want to see this. It's in it's in your patch notes. Like, where the heck did it go? Well, a lovely person did write in our comment section to explain it to me. And so the unfortunate answer to this puzzling quiz of this deadly hybrid Melina skin, that is the shop name for Order of Darkness Melina.
Yeah, I was going to assume so.
So that's just Order of Darkness Melina being sold in the shop.
Because in the narrative, she's a hybrid of like herself and Shang Tsung's intellect and stuff. Oh, that's terrible.
I guess. Why is there a different name for the shop?
She's part Tarkatan and all that. Whereas in the new one, she's not. She's just a person who got infected. Yeah.
Yeah, she's part Tarkatan, part Kitana, part Shang Tsung. Yeah.
I'm thinking real quick. That's why Snake, you saw the first trailer, right? The first Chaos Reigns trailer.
Yeah, he did. He made a reaction to that.
So, remember how we all got mad at NetherRealm for calling them the Melina season when it was clearly like the Havoc season with those outfits? I think I'm understanding how they actually are both true at the same time. I'm thinking that Havoc is using the flesh pits and stuff to make those people, and that's why they're all burned and stitched up and stuff. So I think it is still flesh pit, but it's still Havoc making them. I think it's going to end up being both.
Before we were recording, we started talking about Chameleon. It started with a joke about the idea of Dog's like, yo, what if NetherRealm introduced Reptile's hot cousin? And it's just like there's like a hotter version of Reptile, basically. And then the subject switched to what if that was Chameleon? And I thought,
I suggested that's Chameleon, yeah.
Yeah, and then because Ed Boon wants to have all the ninjas in one game, you know, because if that's like a
with
new
a C,
idea.
By the way, guys, Chameleon with a C. It's confusing, I know.
And so I thought, wouldn't it have been really cool if instead of just Noob Saibot, if we had Chameleon, who is from Havoc's timeline, where he's like a merger of all the ninjas. Just literally took all the ninjas and merged them into one being, and that's the new version of Chameleon from that timeline.
And just calls him Chameleon.
Yeah.
Oh. Like,
oh my god!
I like
Could
that,
you imagine
but it also
if it's
takes
like?
away...
Go ahead.
No, I like that, but that takes away his Zetarian heritage. But I like that.
Oh yes, it takes away the deep lore of Chameleon. Yes,
in fairness,
the
Reptile,
deep established lore for Chameleon.
Why did I just call Sonic Reptile? What am I doing? I'm losing it. It's too hot in here.
Understandable.
And I need to take this hoodie off. But the point is, Chameleon male has technically never been confirmed to be Saurian. We assume he is because he has the same abilities as female Chameleon's got the same name. He has the green blood in Armageddon.
John Tobias had an email that said he wanted it to be, but again, you know, it's already been a while, so they never confirmed it. Yeah,
it's never actually been confirmed to be Saurian. Plus, it's like it's Havoc's timeline. It's fine. It's just Havoc doing his weird bullshit. It's fine if like one or two from another universe is different, because that's what the characters do.
I genuinely wouldn't mind them doing whatever the hell they want with Chameleon, because this is a character that's so obscure, you know. It's like, do whatever the fuck, change up Chameleon, Meat, or Mocap. It's like, who's gonna care the integrity of these characters? Maybe Meat though, because some people really like the goofiness of him. But yeah, like, change them up. I don't think this one really matters.
The sad part is that if they did bring back Chameleon as like this merger of all the ninjas from Havoc's timeline, that would be the character that makes the most sense, has more of a rational concept behind it that we can understand than basically any change made in Liu Kang's timeline, which is the main timeline. Because we still don't know why he made Sektor and Cyrax, well, if he did in fact change them into women. We don't know why he made Kuai Liang into Scorpion. We don't know why he made all these changes. He just seemingly did. Random.
I mean, I still love my theory that Liu
Liu
Kang changes one thing for the better, and it just causes some unintended side effect, and he's like, oh, look at that.
I really do think Dog's theory is correct on this aspect. However, out of all those, I think the Quiet Yang thing, I'm thinking from the writer's perspective, especially when you're looking at MK11's like arcade endings for Scorpion, I'm thinking it's like Liu Kang is like, okay, Harumi would die if she like gets with Hanzo. So what if I change it to Kuai Liang? There we go. We saved it. I saved the world, guys. Thank you very much. Like that's my guess. And then the consequences is the Hanzo stands are pissed as fuck.
I'm willing to bet that the writers have obviously they must have thought about it at least, but I'm willing to bet that they have just not thought of an actually good explanation for it for the way things are.
Not all of them.
They are yet.
Yeah.
And so they decided, let's just leave the subject open for now, and then we can come back to it when we've got an idea, because the first story was the time to explain why things are done the way they are. Like that would have made that would have been a good thing to have in the character bios or the endings or something. But Liu Kang just like, yeah, I made these changes. That's it. I felt like it.
And also,
it's like, yo, I want that hot DEI money, so I made 600 Cyrax money.
Dude, I'm still mad.
He fell to the same temptations as Kronika.
Yes. He's
That's a
already
hard
got the
joke to get,
madness,
though.
the
You gotta
hourglass
watch-
madness.
You
I'm just mad that they made Scorpion and Sub-Zero brothers, and I thought, okay, the one benefit to this, the tiny upside, is that the reason they hate each other can be so much deeper, because they're siblings, they're blood, right? And yet it's the opposite. It's a way more shallow reason to hate each other than what we got in the original timeline. Like, you could have done something epic, like maybe Bi-Han tried to kill Smoke or some shit, because Smoke was the first one to discover that he was allying with the bad guy that tried to stop him. And then Hans was like, I can't believe you tried to kill our brother. Hey, that's not new for me. I killed our dad too. You fucking what? Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. And it's like, oh shit, and just leave. Like, already that's more interesting than just, oh, you try to side with the bad guys one time behind
The
you.
sad part is, if that had been the way the dialogue played out, that would immediately give both Scorpion and Sub-Zero in this game way more personality than they actually have as it is.
Well, it's because dubs are always better. Abridged are always better than the original stories because you have the power of hindsight.
Fuck you,
Snap
Tomas!
you, get onto it.
Father didn't love you.
Tomas.
Tomas. What if I just kicked this rock off this wall? Whoopsie. Ah, fuck, I missed. Hey, that almost hit me.
So here's a fun thing I want to bring up about Bi-Han and Quiet Yang. I had a conversation with a nice Bi-Han stan, I believe. I'm trying to like, I don't want to like say names and stuff. But the point is, this is kind of related to the trailer, so I'm gonna tiptoe a bit because something happens with Bi-Han in the trailer, but I'm not gonna say it.
For context,
I'll be honest, though,
I have not watched these Sektor and Cyrax trailers because they have story content in them, and there's so little story content that's going to be in this. It's probably going to be like 5-6 chapters long,
6 or 7. Yeah.
So it's probably going to be like an hour and a half worth of cutscenes, and I don't.
Aftermath was 2 hours, right? Around ish, probably longer than I would have guessed.
I don't think it was that long, but it was decent.
It was
kind
of
But I feel like this one's probably going to be shorter because it doesn't have the inherent pull of Kari Tagawa as Shang Tsung again. That'll make people go, "Oh, that's great. I'm going to check that out." This is just
Rio Havoc. Rio villain Havoc this time.
That's kind of it. And then Noob Saibot is here for people who like him. That's not. No one likes Noob Saibot for the story. It's purely for his gameplay. You don't have a single fan base around his story. So
I just thought.
That's sad to say, though.
So yeah, basically, I don't want to get spoiled on too much stuff because there's going to be not going to be much content to this overall. I think so. I don't want to end up in a situation like with the main campaign where I was able to predict about half of where it went by the time the game came out.
Oh yeah, I had a funny thought.
Yeah.
What if in the campaign of the new story mode it's revealed at some point that Noob Saibot is actually not the main timeline Bi-Han. Bi-Han's still tied up like we see in the first trailer. He's like, "Help you fuckers! Help me!" And it's like, wait,
he's an evil
No,
clone.
he just took a sample and cloned me and made that fucker. I've been here the whole fucking time.
And then
I think a lot more people would like that actually.
And then Noob takes his mask off and reveals he has Tarkat and teeth because he is this timeline's version of evil
sure.
Tarkat and Melina.
Everyone has Tarkon. Everyone's got the Tarkon. That's how to make them cooler. Everyone's got a bit of Tarkon.
Come on, how interesting would it be, the idea of a character who has Tarkat, who is just an absolute evil piece of shit, who's like, I'm gonna spread this. Like,
that's what I would do.
He's like, just giving everyone Tarkat.
That's what I would do.
Oh,
just
that'd be
give
so,
it to everybody.
So
Okay, so I wanted to bring up the Bihan and Quailing's thing. Now, something in the trailer happens with Bihan that kind of started this conversation. But essentially, I was kind of bringing up, like, people were talking about Bihan's loyalty to, like, okay, how good or bad is Bihan? And it's, like, talking about, because you could, like, you can kind of infer that maybe the Lin Kuei is going to help out the situation because you see, like, Cyrax, like, in the Chaos Realm in some of the story mode in the beginning and stuff. So
I think Sektor's
be like,
as well.
Yeah, so it's like, how good are the Lin Kuei?
Which is really interesting because we know Sektor and Cyrax are going to have a big fight, and that has to be a story fight, and they're going to do story chapters. So either one of those is going to get a chapter really late, or they'll put aside their differences to work together for the Chaos stuff towards the end, or the Chaos stuff is right at the start, and then this stuff comes later. And you see now why I don't want to see more of this stuff, because I'm already speculating about where this plot's going to go.
Oh yeah, exactly, and both me and Dog can give you the answer, so that's why you got to be careful with this. So what I was gonna say is basically, they were talking about, okay, how good or bad is Bihan? Maybe he's not that evil and stuff. And then I'm like talking about, oh yes, Bihan, not that evil. When Titan Shang Tsung came over to invade their realm, he did nothing with the Lin Kuei, nothing. And then, Bihan Stan comes to reply, well, actually, you see, when Scorpion defeated Bihan and, like, carried his body off, basically, he was fainted for the entire story mode from then on. So that's why, like, he couldn't help.
No, I'm pretty sure.
That was, like,
That's silly. I'm pretty sure what actually happened was that he was just put in prison with Shao and the others. And then he was able to help them escape.
Oh, you think that's what happened?
Yeah, he stated to have helped Shao escape prison. That's said in a few of the intros. So we know that fact for a fact. So I'm pretty sure he was in prison there, and that's why he didn't help out. He wasn't just unconscious for the entire... I love the idea. It's like, oh yes, Bihan, noble Bihan.
Here's the fan art, by the way. Not this one.
He would have been here, but unfortunately, he was just like... for the entire... like half the story.
Now that you mention it, I can't wait to watch General Shao do nothing in the new story. Despite having the build up to and the behind the scenes of like making a new army and all that to go against the capital.
Of course they're not gonna do anything with Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, General Shao, Natara, or Havoc.
Fuck them.
Because they're busy with the other realm. They're busy with the multiverse shenanigan.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that General Shao has just been written out of the rest of this story by Kitana's ending, where he beats the crap out of his forces and he has to run away like a little bitch. And then he's trying to get that. Unless they do an expansion about Onaga, which I doubt. I think Shao's narrative role here is gone, other than Shao from Havoc's timeline or something else like that.
Yeah.
I think he himself is just done.
Onaga for the next expansion, Kombat Pack 3, like story mode. What we want, it's not gonna happen then.
No.
What do you mean? WB's doing better than ever. Like WB's doing so good from what I hear.
What does that have to do with anything?
So much money.
I don't think
like the Suicide Squad game did so well. What do you mean?
What does that have to do with Onaga B? Anyways,
the only game that did better than Sushi Squad was Concord. What are you talking about?
What does this have to do with what I just said?
He's just being
We're getting
silly.
Combat Pack 3. They're doing so well.
Oh, I said I definitely Combat Pack 3 is happening is what I'm implying. I'm not saying
and a new story mode with it. I meant.
I think that anyone who expects Onaga to be in this game in any serious capacity is deluded, because there's no way they're going to... Because look at his design, his body. He's not going to be a playable character. Maybe we could get him as a cameo, but then...
or a boss.
But NetherRealm seems to have just given up on the cameo system overall at this point. But we're not going to get a boss fight with him, because that would require making a moveset that the player can't use, and they can't sell that.
Well... Invasion bosses have new moves that the base characters don't have.
A few moves for an existing moveset. Or now we're gonna have to have, unless you just give him Reptile's moveset and build on top of that. He's gonna have an entirely new moveset, and they're not gonna put in that much effort for something the player can't use, so they can't sell it. Therefore, Onaga's not gonna be in any substantial. The best we can expect is maybe there's another story expansion and he's a cameo, and then he's got like, here is my general, Dark Shujinko, or Dark Noob Cybot or Dark this, that, whoever, Reptile, and you fight Reptile and he's got Onaga just coming in occasionally to do punches, and then in the cutscene after Reptile goes down, Blue kind of just goes, "Whatcha?" and Onaga goes, "Oh no, I'm dead." And that's the end of the story.
What if they save budget for Onaga by basically just like using Reptile's lizard form body, but then change his face to Onaga? Bam, save budget right there with the model. That'd be so funny.
I do think that if they did include Onaga, it would have to be something akin to a person taking his essence away, and that's why he's like smaller. So they still have Onaga's abilities and stuff, but they're
Ridley
smaller.
From Smash. Okay.
Like Reiko, our boy Reiko, actually gets the essence of Onaga and becomes like Ronaga, Raynaga.
I do think
Onagako?
I think the most likely if they were going to do something like that would just be Reptile, and so it's just like it's just fuckboy Syzoth going, but it's like, but his voice actor gets to put on like an evil voice and basically just sounds exactly like Collector, and he's just like, you have to see me first, and he goes invisible, and then it's like, oh no, he's invisible. How do we fight this? And then he still gets his ass kicked because Reptile's incompetent with his invisibility, as we know for a fact. And so then he loses the invisibility, and then he gets his shit rocked by the player as whoever they're playing as.
Real quick,
I think
Sonic.
there's a great idea
Sonic,
here.
real quick. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought. I have a funny joke. Hold that thought. I just thought of a great name. Well, give it a chance first. So I thought of a funny name that combines Reiko and Onaga, kind of, but also is a lizard pun. Gecko. Like gecko.
Sonic kick dog from the call.
Oh, Gecko. I was proud of it. I thought it was funny.
Like
it felt like one of those
the
chapter 15 names that they would have. Just
Gecko?
Oh, Gecko. Fine. We'll put an O at the front of it.
Gecko. There you go. What I was gonna say is like,
camera appears
Snake
to
was
have
talking
frozen.
about. Yes,
Yeah.
it has. You have a
'Cause
disappointed
you're just
Snake
so
face
stunned
on
by
our
my
screen.
creativity.
I kicked Snake out just like that.
Yes. Finally.
Oh yeah,
It's
Sektor has
done.
that in her moves right now. Pow pow, boom. I like that move, like she does there. Yeah.
Give him the old
pretty cool.
dick twist. Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh, no.
That's how I would
Welcome
defeat
back,
Onaga.
Snake. What I was gonna say was Snake made a great observation. Whoa. Okay, he's closed up.
Dun 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 with the zoom in.
What if they did this as a skin for Reptile, where he's like Onaga's like influenced, and every time it turns into the lizard form, it turns into Onaga.
Too much work.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but it'd be really cool though.
I mean, I do kind of
No,
wish that like
it's happened
NetherRealm would
again.
do riskier stuff like that.
Disappointed
again.
Snake face again.
By the way, my video got age restricted, so if anyone's wondering why my reaction to the Kombat Cast went down or why I unlisted it, it got age restricted immediately. And I'm just like,
Damn.
okay, well, goodbye.
Which fatality was it that you didn't censor?
So admittedly, I did not censor the Sektor fatality, but it's because I don't see any gore that really happens. Like
Yeah, I
they freeze,
agree.
Then they get burned up really fast. Like you can barely even see any gore. And what's annoying is YouTube's gotten so BS lately. They didn't even give me a timestamp. They just said, "Oh, the whole video is in violation."
I hate those two. Yeah, but wait a second. Didn't you record your Sektor reaction before the Kombat Cast?
That one's
Wasn't
fine.
that fine?
I did the Kombat Cast
But
one.
didn't you? But didn't you show the fatality in that?
I probably yeah.
Right?
Then what did get me? Yeah. I even appealed it and everything. And whenever the X-rays happened or the fatal blows, I did a full screen of my face like Maximilian dude does. So there's nothing
Yeah.
to even like get mad about. Like we've
Havoc?
gotten to a point now where there are see-through try-on halls, but I can't show video game violence. That is clearly video game violence. Like if it was Manhunt, I'd get it. That's like people killing people in realistic ways. Mortal Kombat is over-the-top goofy bullshit. Like it should not be demonetizable. Oh well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reptile,
okay, so
I can't wait to kill you in practice mode, buddy.
no, you're gonna have Noob Saibot for him, or T1000 if they bring back the Black Blood for Noob Saibot.
I don't know. We haven't seen Noob Saibot get hit yet, so we don't know how
Not
he
yet.
bleeds.
I know. I want
Hopefully he
Noob
bleeds-
Saibot to get
I
hit.
hope he
Like,
bleeds
come
green
on.
also, because he has the Mountain Dew energy coursing
chaos.
through him. I kind of hope that he
Because of the
bleeds
chaos
green
energy.
also.
It kind of makes sense, weirdly.
Imagine if they're just like, you know what? That Spawn guy was pretty cool. We should just rip off elements of him for our new take on Noob Saibot.
Bring back the spawn, like just bring back his moves. Like they do that in a lot of fighting games, right? Just bring back elements people like. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got off track with my Bihan like stand conversation, but I thought it was pretty funny.
There was more?
I replied, yes, I wasn't done yet. I replied being like, okay, the reason why Sub-Zero wasn't helping against Titan Shang Tsung was like my take is that like he's definitely like an asshole in this situation because like the other person said like, oh, he may have fainted the entire time, but I was like, well, you see here, there's a line that Smoke says, it's like that the Lin Kuei won't aid us is unforgivable. Bihan has corrupted them totally, and it was like that's why like they're not helping basically, because like the Lin Kuei are just like, nah, we're not gonna help out that situation and stuff like that. Which then the other person replied being like, well, you see, Scorpion and Smoke aren't like reliable narratives, because Scorpion thought like, oh, they are 100% committed to Lin Kuei, they ain't gonna help, and then you see in the trailer like, oh fuck, this isn't a spoiler. Oh wait, no, in the first trailer I believe Scorpion's like, how could you, Cyrax? And then Cyrax was like, you didn't say shit, you know, you abandoned us. Of course we're gonna assume that you're a bad person. So it's like, well, yeah, like Scorpion's. So the joke was like, maybe Scorpion and Smoke never seeked out the Lin Kuei's help when Titan Shang Tsung showed up. Then, like, they just never chatted about it. So that was like that's like how the conversations evolved into that, which I'm assuming we're gonna see in the next expansion. Like, what's up with the Lin Kuei after this? Why didn't they help during the Titan Shang Tsung invasion and stuff? And that was our conversation. There could have been some spoilers, so good thing Snake was left.
Having them help in the final fight would have been a super interesting way to show like, oh, they're at odds, but they're still on the same side when it comes to like the greater good. That could have been super interesting, but no. And despite Mortal Kombat being a very mature fighting game and therefore having the older audience, and you could make a really deep plot with shades of gray like that, it's unironically the most cartoonishly black and white of the fighting games. Yeah, where it's like, good you are the bad guys, you are the evil. Good guys.
Exactly, just good versus evil, nothing in between.
Also, ironically, the good guys win a lot, and there's very little death despite being called Mortal Kombat, unless you count the hilariously bad MK9 scene where Sindel kills half the roster, and it's horribly paced.
Unfortunately, retroactively, like, fixed that for the next 10 years of what she's done, basically, to the point where time travel had to come back to save these characters. Also, the, shoot, you were talking about, oh yeah, like, every villain is, like a multiverse version of them, except Shang Tsung and Quan Chi, so I at least appreciate those two being the original versions of them, and being able to, like, do a good thing because they want to save their own realm and stuff. That's the only outlier here.
Well, but then also that would have also prevented people from getting confused like me, because I'm a big dum-dum. I thought that in that final, not the last chapter, the one before that, when they're fighting the evil versions,
right?
I was dumb. I thought what they were trying to imply, because Sub-Zero and Reiko and Shao Kahn all looked different in those fights. I thought that's just because they got a buff from like Titan Shang Tsung, which is why they got new outfits and were tougher. So I thought they were just killing off those characters. Like, well, General Shao's already dead. Damn. Well, Reiko's already dead. I wasn't surprised about that, really. Then I'm like, wait, did they just kill Bihan? Shit. Who we got for the next game? Then you guys informed me in like one of the earlier, very early Combat Kings, like, oh no, those are just the from Titan Shang Tsung's realm. I'm like, oh.
How did you not? How did you not realize that immediately when Scorpion got defeated? I know Scorpion's with the good guys, but he's also
no, that I got because there was two of them on screen, so I knew the good and the bad one. But because we didn't see the good Sub-Zero come back, I thought that was him. Because I was like, where is he? Because he would be helping realistically, because he doesn't want the whole world to get destroyed.
Every single villain in Liu Kang's timeline would
Don't you
want
pinch
to be
your
helping.
nose at me, Snake. I'm just saying, I'm dumb. And if they had Bihan come back, which is in character, I wouldn't look so dumb right now. Hey, I'm being open and honest. I don't deserve to be roasted right now.
I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything we can do to help you anymore.
I'm perfect just the way I am.
You absolutely
not perfect, but I'm unique, just the way I am. I have to have some flaws. Every human's got to have some flaws.
No,
Listen, I've always had that problem of confusing characters very, very easily.
I'll
so
give you
got to make it very clear to me.
I will give you one thing, okay? I'll give you this.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my gosh! Wow, Snake. And the hat! Oh my gosh!
Sorry it took so long, I guess. My bad.
And the
well, I was gonna
physical
assume, yeah,
comic.
you can't order the shirt separately, so I was like, there's no way he got just the merch somehow. Unless he beat up a fan he saw on the street.
I found a scalper and got it from them.
Ooh.
Would have been pretty
$5
badass if
on
you
eBay.
beat up a random fan you saw like in the park just in my merch reading the comic and you just jumped his ass and took his stuff.
Is badass really the word you want to be using?
Pretty baller.
Did you get him signed though? Did you get him to sign that?
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
I went for the.
Troy.
I never told Dog this. I never told him I supported it. But I did go for
it's
the
true.
highest tier thing because I wanted to show my friends some support.
Nice. That's awesome.
And now I get to cosplay as Dog. I'm like, yeah, I wear a hat indoors as well.
Wait, is that a thing? Is that a taboo in the UK to wear a hat indoors?
No, but I mean, it is interesting, choice.
I was fascinated. I'm like, oh, what a culture shock kind of thing. Interesting.
I always wear a hat when I go out though. But
oh, really? Okay, that's
yeah,
cool.
I'm not going to wear this one though. This one's special occasions. I might wear it for reaction videos and just pretend I'm Dog.
I will now consult Snake for future drafts of my chapter 2 because he will help me not make writing mistakes.
We have Kenshiro. We have the Flash. We have Shiva.
Kenshiro.
We have Jori-Han and
Jory, sure.
How dare
her name
you?
on Street
She is
Fighter?
not the foot character. The other girl is the foot character.
this one.
Yeah. She's the one that shows her feet a lot in the
Stop
in the first
touching the
chapter.
foot there. Jeez, Snake.
I will say you could have called her it's not your fault because you don't play enough other fighting games, but you could have called her like Tropical Shermie.
Oh.
Because she has
See what you
the
did there.
bangs just like Shermie. Yeah.
Yeah, she covers
Yeah.
her eyes.
I had one fan critique me being like, I don't like how she seems like she's never fought before and she keeps having to have stuff explained to her. I'm like, well, there's two parts. One, it's for any audience readers who are not super fighting game like knowledgeable. And also it's just because that's making fun of like the trope in shonen where that one character has to always go, wait,
Explain.
what's happening? And they gotta get it explained to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even Snake is the funniest offender of that in Metal Gear Solid because he should know the answer to all this stuff because he's like in the mission. He would have had a briefing, but for the sake of the player, he has to have it explained to him.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's also set up for character development down the line because what's going to happen is eventually she'll be explaining it to someone else and they'll be like, you know all this stuff? Since when? She's like, well, I've been learning this stuff the whole time. And she looks at whoever's been explaining it to her the whole time and she's like, thank you, master, you've taught me well.
And
Well,
also,
that's
it's a
actually
fun
better
thing.
than what I was gonna do. I was gonna have it revealed that an outsider who's able to read people and like analyze them, he's gonna be like, "Oh, she's been bullshitting y'all the whole time. Like she's actually one of the most skilled fighters among you. She just likes to be friendly and not hurt people. So she just
that's
likes
nice.
to be part of everything. So
Or
yeah.
it's a case of like she has no ego, and so when she can sense people around her need an explanation, she'll pretend she needs the explanation so other people can learn through her. She's actually very
Yes.
kind and caring to other people.
She's a super empath.
She also
This makes sense.
has Aku feathers from Crash Bandicoot, which is very nice.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
went back
cute.
and forth. Originally, she was going to be all green, but people were like, "Oh, she looks too Statue of Liberty." I'm like, "She does." Okay.
Wow. Well, I was also going to mention that, like, I think the anime explanation part of the comic is, like, very unique because it's like, well, when was the last time you had, like, an anime-esque explaining fighting game mechanics in, like, their world and stuff? Like, there are, like, some mangas that do that, but it's, like, literally they're playing a fighting game. But, like, this is the world they're living in and stuff. So that's, like, there's more fun to that, in my opinion. Like, I think that's fun and unique.
Someone made a YouTube channel where they would just get random FGC people on every for videos and be like, you read this script explaining footsies. You read the one explaining this term and this term. That could be a massive channel, I think. It'd be I think it'd be a real success. We'd be like, here's what you need to know when you go to watch all the YouTube channels that don't explain what these terms mean, and you're just expected to know.
Yeah. There's also a website. Maximilian Dude made a video about this. Like, just like if you don't understand what this term means, go to the website, type it in, bam, like very concise, clear explanation, and a video that explains like what does let me think about like a word, like what you just said, footsie.
It's very well
like,
done.
Jailing and stuff like that. What does these terms mean and stuff like that? You know, fighting game terms. Yes,
Yeah,
that's site. I use it often.
But most people don't want to go to websites and read. They'd rather just have a video. So if you could get like Maximilian explaining a term, or Wooly,
I'm assuming
or Dog,
something like that
or
exists.
all these other people, like here's what this term is, and just basically make it like Did You Know Gaming with a different person on every time. But it's instead of being weird gaming trivia, it's explain this fighting game term.
There are actually a couple
Maximilian
videos
Dude
now.
did try
looking it up
doing
here.
that. He tried doing a whole series of basic fighting game explain stuff, and I think he only got like a couple episodes in before he kept getting complaints like, "This is stupid. Everyone knows this. Why are you explaining this?"
Oh damn!
And I was like, "But it is really interesting, though. I appreciated it." And
Because
Snake's
people in
right.
the
I was so
FGC are
annoyed back in the
pricks.
Street Fighter 4 days, hearing all these terms, all these acronyms, and not having any idea what these things mean. Like, I'm watching them play Marvel 3, and it's like, "Oh, look at that OTG. He got him." And I'm like, "The fuck is an OTG?" And it's like, "Oh, he hit him with the SPD." What the fuck is an SPD? "Oh man, he's coming in with the FADC cancel." What's an FADC cancel? "Oh, he's doing the Roman cancel." And I'm like, "Huh?"
Oh, that one I know.
Hit him with the hit him with the I don't know. That's probably all of them I can think of.
The cross
I
up.
mean, there's also a term for when you cancel supers into other supers in Marvel, and there's a term for when you do that little, that really generic like tag switch mid combo where you punch him a few times, launch him, and your buddy comes in and launches him. Forgot what that's called
cool.
too, but there's a term for that also. I do think there'll be less of that in Chapter 2, only because I don't want to be too restricted by the rules of fighting games when characters are fighting. I want them to be able to like do things that normally aren't possible in fighting games. So
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
could see that.
Don't put the characters in a box. Oh, what if I give the girl with the hair in front of her face? What if I give her the same power as, or a similar thing as the guy from JoJo, part 5? I mean, where he can like use his bangs to like see something.
Oh, Diablo.
Yeah.
See the future.
She's like, yeah, when my bangs are down, I can see things that my normal eyes can't.
In the JoJo All-Star Battle, that's his parry move. He just does this, and the long hair flows in front of him. And when the opponent attacks, I see it, and then he attacks back basically as a parry.
But that breaks the lore. That breaks the lore because the show and the book said, oh, what's gonna happen is gonna happen no matter what. He just gets to see the in-betweens. They can like alter stuff on the path. But if he was destined to get hit by the punch, he's always gonna get hit by the punch until the writer decides, no, that's not the case. Because watch the main villain avoid that shit.
Which is
Diablo
just how Araki
literally
rolls. That's just how he writes. He's
The
like,
most like
set rules and
complicated
break them.
character in terms of powers. Yeah, I remember I said
You
that
had to
30-minute
explain
video
it
being
to
like.
me. But yeah, that was already done in a different video. You had to explain
it's
actual
like,
part 5's
here is
powers
how
to
it's
me.
explained, and then here's how it gets broken and broken and broken and broken and it's like his ability is so like it doesn't make sense the more you think about it, and like the examples that are given. It's a very funny video basically.
I'm not going to talk about JoJo anymore, but I have follow-ups,
Yeah, that could
trust
go-
me.
We can go too long about that. Yeah, exactly.
Snake looks really good in blue. Oh yeah, can I mention a chameleon funny thing that I thought of? So y'all were mentioning
Which
chameleon
chameleon?
absorbing all the ninjas, right?
See,
So-
Chameleon, got you.
Yeah. Could you imagine if it's like the One movie? You know, that Jet Li movie, The One, and like whenever he comes across another ninja and he like pins him down, they're like, no, he just like absorbs them into his body and gets the new color that he can change into. And he's like, yes.
or he's like Sylar from Heroes, where he like cuts the head open and like does something to the brain to get the powers.
I don't like that show, so no. I
A lot of
refuse.
just because you don't like it, so you can't use that as an example.
It's actually not a bad show. The problem is I already didn't like it, so when I try to rewatch it, I'm like, there's more things to hate. But also, when you defeat Chameleon, you can have a reference to Mortal Kombat 1 Shang Tsung, where when you beat him, he's like, no, and all the people start flying out of him. All the different ninjas escape. Like,
Oh, 1995 Mortal Kombat. Okay.
See how much more interesting it would be to bring back Chameleon and try some cool ideas with him than to just demand Sonya be put on the playable roster again. Yeah, thanks guys.
Hey, well, at least we got her iconic move from the first game back. It's been a long time since she had that move.
Yeah.
Or 3, sorry. I think it's
Cute
from
little-
3. Yeah.
Yeah, you see little kicks there. It's very cute.
I think people recognize it more from 9, where it's part of her X-ray move.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to remember most
Which
MK
everyone who
fans,
was a casual
most,
fan got exposed.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
most
To
MK
MK9,
fans haven't
yeah.
played MK games prior to, 9,
It's true.
X, maybe even
Yep.
11.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yes.
Well, that's why it was a big expose, like the whole self-report meme. It was a big self-report in MK9 whenever I saw someone react to Sonya's X-ray and be like, "Look how goofy that move looks," and it's like, fake fan. That's an old school move where she kicks and goes upward. I'm like, and then she even combines it with her first game attack with the leg grab behind her. It's such an actually clever X-ray. It's actually well done, but whatever.
Yeah, but back when the super moves had like effort put into them instead of just being like big, dumb, flashy, over the top stuff. I mean, there are some good ones in 1. I like this Sub-Zero's referencing Scorpion's Revenge. That's a neat little one. Goro's is the same.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of them are just, let's be big and flashy, and it's like, I want to see something cool. But even Liu Kang's X-Ray in MK9 was just his original fatality. With the cartwheel uppercut. But then he also kicks him when they come back down.
See, NetherRealm, you missed your chance to copy Marvel yet again. With Cyrax, you could have had a direct reference to Spider-Man 1, where at some point they get trapped in the net, maybe they get free, but they just look up in time to see the bomb bounce in front of their face and then explode in slow motion. They go, "Urgh," like Peter Parker in the first Spider-Man
Alternatively,
movie.
It's funny because the net is inspired by the net launcher from Predator, right? But that's known for
Okay.
that's known for constricting on a person and like cutting them up. So I don't think I can't remember a time when Cyrax has actually done that as a fatality.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool would it be?
MK did MK9 do it where he goes and it just goes through them and they go, "Oh," and they just fall to bits? Or am I wrong about that?
I don't recall, maybe, but like they should be able to wrap the net around them and then it constricts and there's just a bunch of like little jelly cubes come out as they cut to pieces. They have the technology to do it.
It would have been a really good fatality. There's still a chance. That her second fatality involves the net.
I'm seriously doubting it just because with Sektor, they're like, what do we do for Sektor? Iron Man, Avengers, fly space, freeze people, they die. Iron Man, show the face inside the suit. Iron Man. And it's like,
if it was just that one thing, I'd be okay with it. But it's the fact that we've already seen like 5 other Marvel references before we saw the inside the helmet camera.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just too much.
That
There's
was
too
a
many
very
references.
Marvel reference.
Yeah.
Although a lot of people wanted that though, the helmet reference. They were like, "Come on, one of them's got to do the helmet reference. Come on, it'd be so funny."
There's a lot of good memes
Which
that are like
also-
her looking down and it's like, "You left the stove on," just like, just like dumb shit like that. Also, some offensive jokes made at those screenshots too. But memes are gonna meme, so it is what it is. One more thing I wanted to mention, I forgot. Oh yeah, fans, don't forget that Cyrax's net in the Mortal Kombat, what's it called? Annihilation movie. The net is like acidic.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Because you're saying like people aren't really happy with the new like net, that like little gooey stuff that Cyrax has.
The liquid concrete. I like it. I think it's fine.
I think
Go ahead.
because she has that, and she has the classic net, so it's like, yeah, also just more stuff. Anyways, it's not like the old net's gone. Yes, the old net move is now used to like being like gushy little like the acid that the thing that like forms around and stuff, but she still has it. And then also classic like Cyrax has it as a cameo move basically. So it's not like
what
that
people
move is
want
gone.
is they just want Cyrax to have all the moves the cameo version has and make the cameo version redundant. And then, but they can still double the two up and just like have both spinning at the same time.
I mean, Sektor has almost everything except that they replaced the teleport punch with an upward Shiva stomp kind of move, but it's the exact same move.
You predicted that.
Like she goes up, comes down, hits the opponent.
You did predict that part. Snake, did you actually watch the Kombat Kast or?
I never watched those.
Okay,
okay.
so we'll just talk about. We'll slightly talk about it then.
I want to mention one thing to make
You can say
Snake
what you
laugh.
want about
Then
it. You just don't talk about story stuff.
Yeah,
I want to say one thing to make Snake laugh real quick. So, Snake, you probably saw the very first Cyrax gameplay trailer though, and how.
I started.
Or actually, it wasn't the gameplay trailer. It was the first look. It was her first look
yeah,
when she just had the little intro and a little bomb combo, And at the very end of her combo, she threw that net straight down, and the person was like flat on the floor and stuck right with the net. Then the trailer ended. I personally thought for sure she was going to find some way to launch them there or something, because surely they're not going to be held that low to the ground where almost no attack can hit them. No, that is what it does. I was laughing pretty hard in the Kombat Cast. They're stuck that low to the ground, and you have to do like low attacks to even like hit them down there.
I love the idea.
Like, low kicks.
No.
I love the idea.
Yes.
That this woman watches Sub-Zero freeze people, and they're open up for a vicious uppercut, and she's like, "I'm going to do that." She gets the opponent with a net and traps him on the floor, and she's like, just sweeps the foot, like just kicks him in the foot, and they go, ooh,
just start
ooh,
kicking them.
I feel like I twisted my ankle there. Ooh, I don't like that. That's what she came up. That would genuinely be more intimidating, to be honest, than whatever the fuck she's going to do in gameplay.
So Snake, that's the one from the top.
I feel like the main thing with that is you do that, and then you have male Cyrax jump in. He's with his bomb, and it's like by the time they get out, they get hit by it, and it's like it's just a setup for another move that you could probably hit them with anyway.
Yeah, since they're
that is what makes
basically.
Sektor and Cyrax so scary. Is they both have moves that lock down the opponent already, like the bombs and the missiles. Then they're still allowed to use their Kameo. So they're going to feel like fighting Kenshi, where like you're just locked down with all this bullshit pressure and you're not going to know what to do.
I've said it before on Twitter, but like I really look forward to Evo Top 8 next year, where it's just all Cyrax teams.
Cyrax Sektor.
Sektor looks better, arguably, is the crazy part, because Sektor has that absurdly fast teleport, which is in character, but in a game like MK1 to have a teleport that fast feels a bit OD.
Looking at their gameplays, it is. Someone made like an interesting observation where like Cyrax like uses more of her like agility and like natural talents to like maneuver around and like fight around, whereas Sektor literally uses a lot more tech moves and stuff. Pulls out a gigantic gun and like flamethrowers and missiles, like 3 different kinds and stuff. And I think, that's actually interesting because she has more like the mechanical things like Sektor and whatnot. So there's that differentiating them.
It's kind of funny when you think about it, because with the revelation that Sektor's mother is Madame Bo, who we clearly get the impression is like this hardcore badass in the former Lin Kuei, you'd think that she would be the one who would have been trained more.
Well, regardless, like she's the one who does the invention, so she's going to use that. Whether or not she has better combat skills is hard to tell, but the point is Cyrax has to put a bit more work.
Sektor does definitely still have some martial arts, because we see one of her moves in the Kombat Cast. She does the Muay Thai elbow knee thing, which was epic. And I'm like, okay, she knows Muay Thai a little bit. Yeah.
I want to see some
destroyed.
I want to see some really wholesome art of Sektor, like helping fix the antenna above her mother's shop. She's like just trying to fix it so the TV works. Yeah. And because she's the tech person, she's like, yeah, fine, mother, I'll do this for you, and it's just wholesome.
Floats up top and just sets the satellite dish on the top of the roof. Clink. There.
Done. Like flew up basically. I use my new power suit just to fly up to fix it.
No, she has like a super advanced, like super relay, but it's too heavy and just crashes through the roof, and then she has to patch it up, and she's like anime tears rolling down her cheeks while she's hammering the nails in. And Madame Bo's like, daughter, you're a disappointment.
It'd be really funny if during story mode, because Sektor has so many extra gadgets like put into her suit to give her a cheat advantage over anybody pretty much. If at some point she takes like enough damage to her suit that it starts malfunctioning and she tries to like summon a rocket, but the shield comes out instead, she's like, wait, no, like missile fires the wrong way, just like it starts working against her. Like no, like all of her stuff just starts going off and fucks her over. That'd be pretty damn funny, but they're not going to put that in because
no.
I'm sorry, but they're just not clever enough.
The Madame Bo like secrets has always been kind of a meme, but I do actually think like her being the mother of Sektor is quite interesting. I like that. Feels like one that's like, oh okay, finally a little bit more like connections with like these characters a bit more, whereas other ones are just like, haha, specialty. I actually
Except
know
she's
our
so
characters.
That's the only weird part when you think about it. Well, look at Sektor's age and look at Madame Bo's. She would have had to give birth to her when she was like 50.
Which is, not impossible.
It's really hard, though. That's really even at 35, it's hard to give birth.
I'm sure Madame Bo just isn't as old as she looks.
Or get pregnant.
Or Sektor is older than she looks, and it's just
What if Madame Bo was hit with the curse like Shang Tsung and she's just aging rapidly? She's actually younger than she looks.
I'm 31 years old.
We're getting crazy theory territories.
Or it's just that meme that I've seen of like some moms look like their daughter's sister until a certain age and they're just old all at once. And it's like, oh, when did this happen?
I'm led to believe that's basically how Asian women are. That they're no.
That's what TikTok showed me.
And then they become like Yoda.
Yeah.
Just overnight. So.
Oh, okay. Since we're all here, I gotta ask
like Master
this though,
Roshi,
because
just out of nowhere, you just shrink and get old.
It's just out of just one day, like oh there goes. But I gotta ask though, because after the Cyrax Sektor trailer came out, like I have noticed, Dog, you seem to really like this version of Sektor. I feel like you've like after more footage of her has been coming out, you've been really liking this version of Sektor.
I do. I like this version of Sektor a lot. At first, I was kind of just being hopeful because Cyrax always outshines Sektor, and I'm like, it'd be cool if for one game Sektor is like the cooler one. It's kind of how I felt about Kung Lao and Liu Kang, but in reverse. Kung Lao always had like the better gameplay in 9 and X. Liu Kang still wasn't bad, but Kung Lao was clearly like the better choice. And then I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have. And then even in 11, like Kung Lao was not as good. So I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if for one game, like, you know, whatever. So then with Sektor, I was like, yeah, Sektor's been in MKX with Triborg and an MK9, but it's always been Cyrax. Like Cyrax is more popular because the good guy, and also because just better gameplay, usually more powerful tier-wise. So it'd be cool if for one game, like they just gave Sektor way more stuff to make Sektor better. And they seem to have had the same idea, because Sektor's never had a lot of this stuff before, like a shield that just comes out. Never been a thing. That's pretty cool. A freaking Hammer of Dawn attack. Summons the Hammer of Dawn for the fatal blow. That's a new thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down.
Like, target located.
It does make sense to give Sektor more gameplay stuff, because Cyrax is always going to have more story stuff, because the whole turn against the Lin Kuei, while Sektor is a much more static character. Unless you do something new with Sektor, it just makes sense that you focus on the gameplay with Sektor and on the story with Cyrax, and then go from there.
It seems like this time, because even in the previous games, like Cyrax and Sektor, they've always been, as a kid, I've always liked these robotic characters. They've always been cool characters, but once they turn into cyborgs, they are just like stoic, target required, initiate, kill, and whatnot. And that's what they've been.
I believe it's.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, when they couldn't talk in the old ones. I love that edit someone did with the Clash. They just put a cheap old PNG over Cyrax, and it's like, I think Scorpion says his line, like, your Madame Bo would be so disappointed. Then it's like, the robot voice.
But like the only time they've really like shown personalities of like these characters was literally in like Cyrax's chapter in Mortal Kombat 9. Like that's about it really. And then after that, they just been cybernized. So in this game, it seems like we're gonna get way more of like their personalities, because they're not cybernized yet and stuff like that. And even if they're like Snake says, not a lot of like sectors in the story, she's still gonna have 20 minutes of intro dialogue, so you can still see her personality shine there and stuff.
And people already love that Sektor is like a sassy bitch.
Yes,
people are
I love
enjoying
those
Sektor's intro dialogue. And then someone pointed out that in the Kombat Kast, for the high-level gameplay, they had Sektor and Frost teamed up, and just like them standing next to each other, someone put like, now that's a pair up.
The bad bitches.
Censor that.
Basically.
Censor that. We don't want to get demonetized.
I will.
Oh,
you're
right.
I
forgot. No.
Don't worry. I will.
You can't
I will.
say
Don't
that.
worry. The bad bitches or something like that.
So for anyone watching, it's a word. It's a bad word. It's very similar to carrot.
I'm sure everyone knows what you said there. I'm pretty sure.
It's something that women apparently serve, and I don't know what it means.
Serve.
I mean, come on. That term makes him sound like a lesbian submissive. Come on.
Which one? The carrot?
No,
anyways,
serving.
is there anything?
You know.
Oh, to be fair, I've never heard that. Maybe I'm just too much of a sheltered little Bible boy, but I've never heard that one.
Is there anything else in the Kombat Kast that you guys want to mention that they said is interesting? New stages.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they showcased when they were showcasing both. It was in the Sindel's like chambers, but like on fire and shit.
Yeah, it's clearly what's supposed to be happening during the Chaos Reigns. Although, I will say it's not quite cranked up enough. Like, I could tell that it was a new stage, but it's not saturated enough. I like how in the story mode cutscene, it's way more neon pink and orange and stuff. In the actual gameplay, it's just kind of different looking. It's on fire, and it's kind of orangey. I'm like, I want it to be over the top, like in the trailer.
It's like the inverse. It's like the inverse of MKX when you go to the corrupted stages, and it's like just saturated in red light. But then in the cutscenes, it's like, the sky's red. There's a bit of a red tint, but like yellows pop more than the reds do. And it's just like, so you just look at Sindel. It's like, it's Sindel with like a bit of a red background. What happened in the transition between these shots? She's all pink. What's happening?
Like instant change there.
Yeah, it's true.
There were other stages, but honestly, I don't even know if we want to like speculate because that might get into like, Snake, you saw the. Wait, you didn't see the Kombat Kast. Never mind. Because they do show other stages, and I don't really know if that's like spoiler territory you want to talk about.
Go on. That's fine.
So we know the. Is that in the trailer? Okay, you remember the scene where like Sektor and like. It was like you see like Sektor walking with like an army suit, like Johnny Cage looking at her. That scene.
Yeah, that's the Sundo Festival stage, right?
No, that's a new stage. It's called the Market, and it's like in like Titan Havoc's like timeline with like.
We saw that a while ago. Yeah.
But they showed that in like some gameplay footage, basically. So that's like a new stage that they show. It looks pretty good. There is another one that you have no idea where this takes place in the story mode. So. This one was shown in the Kombat Kast, the maze.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
that one's a new one that does look really interesting too.
Well, we saw it in all the old trailers too, with all the trees and stuff. It kind of just looks like
not that one. The maze.
Oh,
that was shown when like Sektor was fighting the. Tanya.
Oh, is the maze the one that has like the swinging stuff in the background and all that? The
background, basically. Yes. There's like the traps.
Some people theorize that could have stage fatalities on it, but that's a huge reach.
But I mean, it just feels like, why would you put that in the back without using a stage fatality? Kind of a feeling.
I would love it, but I keep my expectations very low. Don't forget, I'm the guy that thought MK11 would never get a story expansion, and it got it. So Snake thinks he's the pessimist, but no, it was me the whole time.
I'm the true pessimist. There's other
Sonic's
ones,
like the most depressed of all. It turns out he stops recording, just sits down and goes. He's actually angry all day long and bitter, and he's mean to everybody. This is just a persona. This is the opposite of who he is.
Hey guys, I'm so happy. Camera's off. I go into like dark Spider-Man mode, like edgy Maguire, basically. A bully Maguire.
Becomes Shadow the Hedgehog.
No one would believe that after watching your Reptile video where you're so colourful and bright with what. But is he going to be this costume? Is he going to be this costume? No. I'm like, how late do you record this? How many people do you keep up at night with your screaming?
They keep reminding me of that. I got about one more hour of screaming before I have to like calm a bit down because it's gonna get midnight. We're fine now. I can shout now at least.
I mean, it's Saturday. What's your family doing on Sunday? It's such a big deal. Why can't you be up late? And
I have neighbors, dog.
It's still Sunday tomorrow. Fuck them.
Wow, jeez.
Some people work for a living,
I get up
dog.
early for church. Keep it down, Sonic.
Damn. I do have. Well, actually, my dad is waking up at 8 o'clock to go to Costco tomorrow, so I do want to keep it down for him when he's going to sleep in an hour from now.
Yes, Costco, home of the hot dogs. I like the Predator.
What the heck is cool. Oh, look at that Predator!
I killed him.
Very sick. It almost looks like a ship. It looks like a.
I've always
like a Star
back
Trek
of their
ship.
head so
it does
much.
look like a Reaper from Mass Effect or something.
Yeah, they do.
Assuming direct control.
It looks like a floating head in Castlevania.
I want to collect my like.
Oh, okay, it's a stand.
Souls and shit.
For a split second, I thought that was gonna be what their neck's supposed to look like. I was like, "What? Their neck bends that way?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a stand." Okay.
That's so skinny.
This is my stand, Crazy Train.
This is my black gold Spider-Man.
Snake,
from,
random segue, but did you notice how during my
nice
our other video that my Mika statue broke when y'all were talking?
Yes, I saw your video. I saw that part.
Well, Sonic saw it,
that
but
was very funny.
See what?
Did you see how my Mika statue broke in the background while we were talking? I was trying to show it off, and it just broke.
I remember you saying
that
you
you
had
fix
to
it while you are talking.
When I watched it, it was very funny. When I saw
it's
that
mostly
scene,
fixed.
basically.
One tiny piece flew off somewhere, and I can't find it, so I don't know where it is.
She's in a swimsuit.
Oh wow!
It's like a swimsuit version, not the normal costume.
Yeah, it's like she does have that costume though in the game, but it's one of those dumb. By default, she has a cute little jacket that she wears over it in gameplay. I assume for maybe esports or something. But then if you hold down buttons before the round starts, she doesn't have the jacket either. So it's just the swimsuit, like what you see right there.
Oh, nice.
She keeps the shoes on, though. She keeps the flippity floppies.
We kept going over each other a couple minutes ago, and I kept trying to say this, but that's a cool Kamidogu wall you got there, Snake.
I'm on a mission to find Kamidogu.
That's very
they're
sick.
big, like they're supposed to be.
He showed that off earlier.
Well, I didn't mean to. That's why I was constantly zooming in like really quickly to avoid showing it. Because
I just realized how funny it is to have the Kamidogu in Mortal Kombat 1 because the game has barely told us anything about the realms, and the Kamidogu are supposed to be like one for each realm originally, right?
Wait, they're in the game?
You saw the trailer. The first one, I mean.
Oh, you mean yeah.
Where there will be blood, and this guy's got like the Infinity Stones.
Probably the Kamidogu from his own timeline.
Yes.
So ironically, Havoc was probably like, I'm the guy who merges people into one person. I mean, I put Quan Chi and Sub-Zero into one person. The realms, though, they're going to stay the same. That shit's fine. Although, to be fair, the chaos of the inter-realm conflicts does make sense for Havoc to try and maintain. Because, merge everything, and it just means that one being comes back. So Havoc would be the kind of guy who would try to avoid that, even who does merge people together.
Well, all I meant was that even for the players, like assuming the players know nothing about it is what I meant. Because the players have not been told the different realms and stuff in Mortal Kombat 1. And it's a new timeline and all that. So like Snake even said, this was the perfect time to like ease players into the lore and mythos because it's a brand new start. And they completely ruined it by bringing back MK11 plot at the very end and confusing the hell out of people. Or even Chronica was a dumb way to start it because it's going to confuse people too. Like, who the hell is this?
I just thought of.
That's who made these. There's another dimension. You have to get in.
Another dimension.
Yeah, you have to get in.
They're making it again.
Yeah, you do have to get in and like get your order in because they are made as a set. You can't get them individually. But I've got these like strips to put on the back of them. You do have like a slot for a nail or something, but I don't like nailing stuff, so I just got these strips with like Velcro on. So you can, so it's like they're basically stuck on by Velcro. But I don't want to pry too much because I don't know how strong those are.
Yeah, true.
I've got to get those for my bedroom. Then I'm guaranteed to get laid. Just put the Kamidogu in my bedroom. Ladies be like, "Oh my God, is that the Kamidogu and Sailor Moon?" Yes, it is. Yes,
hey, baby, they call me the One Being. I don't know how you make that into a sex thing, but I'm sure if you're creative enough, you can.
Well, I mean, if you call your schlong the One Being, I think that'll be more of a pickup line or some shit. I don't know. Oh, hey baby, you're gonna need to give me all 6 Kamidogus to summon the One Being.
I mean, he can create life from his essence, so in a way, he is the One Being.
Hey baby, is your name Edenia? Because I'm Outworld and I want to merge with you. It's like the worst ever.
You were close. You had to workshop that basically. You were kind of close.
Walk up to like.
What I was gonna say was, I'm thinking of like the
wait. Go ahead, fine.
Well, you first. I'm gonna continue the conversation, but you go.
My joke was super stupid. Well, because like Snake made me like, "Are you Edenia?" Because I'm Outworld. I thought about doing an even more extreme one that's even more uncalled for, where it's like you see a married couple and a hot wife, and it's like, "Hey, are you Sindel? Because I want to kill your husband and just capture you."
That's just dark. I want to.
And then I want to raise your newborn children thinking that I'm the dad.
Jesus Christ.
What are the other new stages that are they adding in like the expansion? And I just remembered one that they never showed yet. They showed the cutscene, but they never showed the stage gameplay yet. It's from like the Quan Chi screenshot. Yeah. You remember? Yeah, they never showed that yet, except for the Council of Havocs in the background. Mm-hmm. But they haven't showed that yet. So I was thinking, like, oh, what else did they add in the game? Like, oh, that one, that's right, and stuff like that.
They've also changed the main menu, aren't they?
Yes, dog, you predicted that. You're really onto that. Green fart world, basically. I think that's cool.
Yeah, it still looks pretty. It's not quite as I thought it was going to be way more dark and depressing. Like the statue in the back would be like almost completely destroyed and like thunderstorms in the back and it's raining constantly. But they're making it still kind of cool looking with the chaos colors and stuff. So even some people in the comments have pointed out, like, as much as we hate Havoc for being evil and trying to destroy stuff, damn, the dude knows how to decorate his realms. Look at that sky and those buildings. Everywhere's just like a giant
pretty.
vista.
But he's terrible at fashion. Because everyone's got a fucking green mohawk.
Did you see the new Kitana like design?
No.
Did you see that one yet?
I saw someone complaining about everyone having a mohawk, so I assume they showed someone.
He saw the fixed version though in the group chat because someone posted the fan art someone did where they fixed it a little bit. It looks pretty much like that.
Snake posted that, but that's the fixed version. That's not the one they showed in the gameplay.
It looks pretty much like that, except she's more covered up in the game version. Like instead of having the cool like threads and fibers, she's more like.
She's also got the punk hair, if you know what I mean.
I thought she had even in the fan art. I thought she still had the mohawk.
Well, did she also have the mohawk in there? Because I remember the mohawk in the game.
I know a different person wanted to give her the dreads, like the braids, like what Melina had in MK11, which wouldn't be a terrible idea, like what Savage and Melina had.
Do you mind this one, Snake? Because I don't think this is too big of a deal, just showing the Kitana design.
I know there is an Ermac in it. In this somewhere.
Yes. That one is more like a palette change. Like that, there's not much change with
I personally want to see him with a mohawk sticking out of his hood. Because it'd be really funny.
That would be very funny.
Or alternative, not really funny is like you make him bald and he's got like mohawk, because he is.
Everybody has a mohawk.
Because he's like, I am many, therefore I have many mohawks. Just double down on fucking.
Oh yeah, she did change it. You're right. They did change the hair.
Right, because I remember she doesn't have the mohawk. Yeah. It's like because the mohawk is obviously the thing that people are like complaining the most about her right now.
But it's still like it's not a mohawk. But from if you look at it like kind of and don't focus, it does seem like she still has the mohawk because she has that giant thing in the back coming up. So I thought that was still the mohawk, but I just missaw it.
It's like it's got that style. But okay, here's what she looks like.
It's meant to evoke the mohawk, but it's not like exactly.
Yeah. You may not have noticed it, but your brain did.
But the hair is where things are a bit.
I still love it. I love stupid outfits that don't match the character at all.
Yes, it's definitely a new costume.
It's kind of sad to think that they put in the effort to make a new design for her, and they went and gave her that stupid hair.
I don't. Why? Like, why are they so into bald people? I don't get this.
I'm not even against mohawks.
It's very funny to think Havoc's the guy who's like, yeah, I do all this dumb bullshit. I merge people and whatnot. I'm all about chaos and anarchy, but everyone has to wear a fucking uniform.
Yes, I got you've given me a meme idea now, Snake. I'm gonna do the meme of like Havoc in front of the crowd, going like, "Everyone will have mohawks," and they're all like, "Yeah!" And the crowd like getting all hype, like, "Yeah, give them all mohawks." Everyone will have terrible hair.
But then you have to have that one bit where he says something. Then it's just like a bunch of Havoc's photoshopped to be like.
Oh yeah, like one bad decision, they're all like AI to be sad.
Oh yeah, I know. At first it's like, y'all are getting new designs. You all have mohawks. Yeah!
Did you ever see the MTV Movie Awards parody of The Matrix Reloaded? Where they
Not
like,
particular.
They superimpose like the hosts into it, so it's like Sean William Scott and Justin Timberlake in The Matrix, and this guy saying about Morpheus giving a speech. He's having a huge orgy at his place later tonight. At least that's what many of us have heard. It is true what many of you have heard. Everyone starts cheering. Morpheus, what can we expect at this orgy? Machines! And everyone just goes dead silent.
Yep. There's always that one terrible idea that ruins it. Notice how the fan version is more sexy, too. She's showing more mid-drift because it actually looks better, whereas the NetherRealm version makes Kitana look frumpy. Looks like she has a pooch.
The pants kind of remind me of the MKX version.
A little bit, yes.
It's just,
I don't mind the pants. It's more so like that like they covered up so much of her stomach that all you see is that tiny bit. It looks like she's kind of fat.
It's really funny to think.
I noticed that.
It's just
like
funny to think because the way that they presented the idea of chaos and disorder is by just making her outfit asymmetrical. Mm-hmm. Like the colours don't even clash or anything. It's just it's still blue. Like, the colour scheme's good, but it's like, well, on the right she has like the leg guard, on the left she has like the
She looks like that one that one emo trend that we had. I forgot what it was called, but there was a very specific type of emo that dressed like this. They had like the colorful socks on one side, but just one side, and their pants were always uneven. And yeah, she looks like that emo like rave outfit that people wore unironically during school hours.
I feel like Havoc's timeline would want to use gothy designs. Oh, okay. So have you guys seen my Reptile tier list video that I just released yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, Snake did. Thank you very much, Snake Dog. But it doesn't matter.
List?
So, what I wanted to talk about in that video, I made a joke because basically talking about something reptile related. But I made a joke saying like, if I were to rank every character, I wouldn't like separate parts of them. And I basically was like making a joke, being like, I'm gonna rank like Kitana with and without her hair or some shit like that. And it reminds me of like basically it's like, oh, that's probably why they like doing the bald characters, because you go into 3D programs, it's so easy just to remove the hair from the character, just pop pop, and there you're done, basically. So probably that's why it's like, even when it's like the mohawk style, it's like just completely bald around here, basically, like so like clean shaven and shit.
So what
really
are you looking at this costume and going, you know what, I get it now. I get why you want to remove the mohawk, because the outfit itself is pretty good, but the mohawk looks terrible.
Yeah, actually, imagine that hair with the default hair, basically, like.
But I just had
it's not even that it's a mohawk. It's that it's a boring mohawk. It's the most standard mohawk you could possibly do.
There's so many ways you can make a mohawk look good. That's why people are making fun of like season
mohawk,
of like
Ironically enough, a mohawk is a hairstyle that requires like the most maintenance and upkeep, so it doesn't fit with Chaos Realm.
It's punk, I guess, you know. So it's like oh, it's that kind of style.
Oh, is that all it takes now? No, I'm kidding. But I did love the meme of like showing a guy from the 3D era Chaos Realm, like a random citizen, and like next to this katana, and being like, no, it's pretty accurate to how they dress. Like, that's pretty much like how they look. The mohawk, the leather straps.
I had a pretty amusing idea. I thought, but what if they do a Chaos Realm Reptile, like a new design, like Kitana? But then I took that thought further and thought, imagine if Havoc was like, okay, well, Reptile needs a mohawk, but he's a lizard, so he can't have that. And traditionally, when he's in his human disguise, it's just a mask. It's like Scorpion, it's not his real head. So he's like, I will make Reptile a human who shapeshifts into a lizard, but in his human form, he will have a mohawk. It's the only way he can have a mohawk. I can't make it work any other way, unless his lizard form has like feathers, like like the feathered dinosaurs in the shape of a mohawk.
That'd be cool. I was actually hoping you'd say just give him mohawk anyway. Like fuck logic. Give the lizard version a giant mohawk all the way down like the middle of his back.
I was thinking about that.
Just regular hair and everything. Don't explain it. Nobody gives a shit. Just give him a giant awesome mohawk.
I have a prediction now then, because we're talking about this version of Kitana and Snake. You just brought up Reptile. What if for this expansion they add, because every single character in Mortal Kombat 1 except for Takeda in the DLC and the guest characters have a Order of Darkness and Union of Light versions of themselves, so good and evil and default. What if they add a new Chaos version to everyone? Like a new Chaos skin for, like we have one for Kitana right now. What if everybody gets that?
Well, that's the thing that I've been wondering about kind of for a while, is the fact that we are coming to the point where we've got, in some way, shape or form, basically every story costume is available. There's a few we're still missing, but most are available. And they drop with the content update. So what were they going to do I mean, some of the ones we've seen, like Scorpions, is just part of the pre-order thing. I'm sure that'll become available later. But what else they're going to use to pad out the content updates each time they do a new season?
Next invasion season and stuff.
So this costume for Kitana, for example, will probably be one of them, and then some more. I mean, I'm also wondering, is it possible some of the stuff in the trailers is like assets they're using to hide something else? Are they just using the Chaos designs that we already have in place of actual finalized designs? Because sometimes the games will do that. They'll use different costumes and stuff to hide certain spoilers. Like MKX's launch trailer. MKX's launch trailer has a shot of Dark Raiden, but they changed the model to normal Raiden to hide the fact that he becomes Dark Raiden. So, is it possible that is it possible there'll be like Chaos, Scorpion, and Sub-Zero, like full new designs that they're the ones that get torn apart? Who knows? Probably not, but
Oh, you're saying that because in the first show that we see the season of Melina's versions of Scorpion and like Sub-Zero getting torn up. I see what you're saying. Like, what if that's a placeholder?
yeah.
Oh, but it's still so funny if those are actually the versions that are in Havoc's timeline.
Just 1 second.
Yeah, he cut off just then.
Don't you fucking dare ask me how this call experience went. I'll fucking cut you.
Snake versus webcam. That's going to be the name of the video.
Snake versus the webcam. That's the podcast title of this episode.
I like how due to Sektor's animation that they freeze framed the screenshot, it almost looks like she's analyzing her outfit and going, "Damn, bitch, you go outside like this?"
I mean, like,
oh, the idea of Sektor is walking past Madame Bo, and it's like I'm going out, and it's like the original Sektor. She goes, "Not like that, you're not." Then the new Sektor goes past. She's like, "Yeah, slay queen."
yeah, I love that meme.
Good idea for a meme. Good idea, Snake.
Come on, work, you fucking bitch.
Focus, you mean?
I want to escape the blur dimension.
You
look
the
cool
blur
with the blur
dimension would suck
dimension.
ass. Just never get to see things clearly.
Isn't
There's
that
no
just
books in
people
that.
without glasses?
Yeah, but there's no books in that universe. Like, because everything's just permanently blurry. Like, you can't escape the blur. So books
Well, to
don't
be
exist
fair,
in
though,
that universe.
If the universe was blurred, people would eventually get used to it anyways, you know? It's just like, that's just a common thing for everybody. No one would know what not blurring is, you know?
Yes, but you still wouldn't be able to
like,
have books.
Yeah, it would just be audiobooks and, well, maybe you could have, like, very, very, very big words in front of you. It'd be like a very blurry A.
Books are just really big.
Yeah, A, like A, S, K, Blake. Like, that's how you read the book. Every letter is bigger.
Oh, it's all Braille.
That makes sense too, right? If everything's blurred
We've
out.
already put more thought into this joke in terms of world building than the NetherRealm writers did for Mortal Kombat 1. Let's go.
Padum ping.
I remember what I was going to say now. Hooray! So, so we have all those weird Havoc designs. Then we have this one, and we've also got the merged versions. Like, so there's the uniform versions that we saw from Melina's season. We have this style with this like an original design, but then we also have the merged characters that follow Titan Havoc. With the Council of Havocs, does this mean that each one's going to have their own different type of army? So Titan Havoc has his merged characters.
Nah.
Then this will be from a different Havoc, and there'll be different styles from different Havocs.
I think you're putting in too much thought into thinking that those other Havocs matter.
If they're establishing all these other Havocs, they have to do something with it. Even
They're
if it's
just little general minions.
So,
right?
so we'll probably
I feel like.
So we'll probably kill a few of them in the story, surely.
Yeah. I feel like, yes, obviously, you'll be like, okay, time to fight Havoc Takeda and stuff like that.
Which does make
I don't imagine them being like...
That does make me worry that we might be in a situation where there's a bit too much going on, because we have the Lin Kuei attacking the Shield IDU, and then we have all that the Havoc stuff and the other Havoc stuff and the other Havoc stuff. I'm kind of concerned.
No, I feel like if the story just focuses on, we have evil Titan Havoc invading us. Here are his little minions. Kill them. Like, I don't think that's too complicated. If they actually tell stories about these little minions, sure, but they won't. So if it's just Titan Havoc being like the mastermind, the evil guy, and these are my minions, like, I think that'd be way easier, you know? That's like one of my concerns with the story mode being a bit bland, because every character you fight and kill are just jobbers of Titan Havoc's timeline. So it's like, oh, just whatever, kill them. Oh, just the little guys. They're not important.
I've got an idea of how things are going to end. That we'll defeat Titan Havoc, he'll run away or something, but he'll be weakened, and then he'll be like on some steps, like I'm beaten, I've lost a limb, it's going back slower because I've been beaten with magic, and then our timeline Havoc comes up and kills him. He's like, I am the true Havoc. I am the only Havoc in the multiverse, or something stupid like that.
Oh man, I was hoping you were gonna say that. I was really hoping, Snake, you're gonna say that the same situation. He's all weakened and lays down, but then just looks up and sees Jax. Jax kills him.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And even better, he has like all the damage on his face too, so it's somehow the same fucking Jax. He just didn't die, and he's like missing his arm still. He's like, "Sup, motherfucker!" and just steps on him. Gotcha.
Or maybe in his mouth is like that mace, and he just drops it on like Havoc or something. No, wait! I just remembered, if Jax loses his arms anyways, he's just gonna get robotic ones, you know, the metal arms back. So.
Or alternatively, whenever Jax gets his arms cut off in that ending, because he's like, no, not again.
Or alternatively, Jax could be. Actually, it's kind of ironic when Jax rips people's arms. Wait, didn't Jax rip people's arms off in MK2 as a fatality?
Yeah.
So it's karma.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's been a recurring joke in my comments section before. That like it's just what he deserves.
This is what he deserves.
But I was thinking, remember Revenant Jax? We had those like weird Revenant arms.
Oh.
What if he has that as a head as well? And it's like, and he kills Havoc, and then we just have like Shinnok, who's like, well done, Jackson. You've got your revenge. Thank you, Lord Shinnok, for the opportunity. And he's like, haha, I'm the villain next time. And then it's like, oh no, remember the last time they did this, when they set up Shinnok, and then M2K opens with like Johnny Cage beating the shit out of Shinnok, and then he's just absent
M2K.
for like the next 20 chapters.
M2K sounds like a WWE video game or something.
No,
M2K.
you guys. Here's what's gonna happen. All right, you're only gonna see like, okay, Havoc dies, gets stomped on. It's clearly Jax's like pants, right, and boots. So you're like, oh, it's Jax, but the camera pans up. No, it's just Onaga wearing Jax's pants. So you're like, oh shit, it's actually Onaga. But then Onaga puts on Kronika's crown, and you go, oh shit, fuck, oh man. But then behind him, the sky opens up, and it's the one being, and you're like, oh fuck.
No,
and then Ed Boon shows up. Ed Boon.
Honestly,
What is going on?
what I think is probably the most likely is if they do have a scene where Titan Havoc is obliterated, or some character from the story, maybe like one of the minions, is obliterated by whoever's the next villain is. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go in, and then they just stop, and then the camera pans back, and it's Kronika from the timeline where she won. And it's like, it's just a matter of time. And it's like, no, don't take her back. We don't want her.
I can picture
I'm very
Sonic
surprised
like having a
Kronika's
seizure.
still.
No.
Because there has to be a timeline where
Chronica
people
isn't
actually
even
like
back yet. Oh, by the way, random photo I'm gonna send you guys here. Because Alex
I mean,
sent me
Kronika was
this.
already a foot coomer, so she just needs to have hair now. Oh, that's cool.
Zafina with Sindel's costume.
I'm really not a fan of how like MK characters look better in every game because they have better lighting. Like the characters look instantly better.
Yeah, Alex has been really into Tekken mods recently, so he shares a couple of them. He's playing like Reyna's Double G and shit like that.
Street Fighter, they're so good. Mortal
they're
Kombat
fun.
has mods now too, which is cool. I'm glad that Mortal Kombat finally has mods.
A lot of them in Mortal Kombat 1. It's pretty fun to watch a lot of those stage mods. Oh, I love the new mod that I think it's in the Hook mod, so thanks to Urbacker, where they turned the select screen into a stage. It looks really good.
Oh, yeah, I
actually,
saw that.
on
Is
stage.
that in Hook mod?
I thought it was Hook. I thought it was Urbacker who did that, right?
Somebody did it,
I
but
could
what
be
was
wrong,
cool
but I
about
mean, you
that?
know, like Mudon check this. Basically, it'll pop up if I'm right or wrong. But yeah, I remember seeing that. It looks really cool.
I had to
What's
leave a
up with the new
comment being
hoodie
like,
change
if
there,
this became
Snake?
real, it'd be the only stage in Mortal Kombat 1 that had to be tournament banned, only because it has stuff in the foreground, and that's not allowed on.
Yeah, they'll have
stages.
to fix it up.
Yeah,
Basically,
Pretend
yeah.
I'm not wearing Batman pants.
but that is the cool part, though. I wish more games actually did that. That was cool, Snake. You are the hero of time. I'm just kidding.
I do
I
still
know
think
that it's
like
Saber. I get it.
She does time travel.
That is true.
So.
not surprised.
I mean, that's
She also
literally
enjoys-
that's literally the plot.
The only real difference between her and the original Arthur is that she eats she eats food like a good anime girl with her tiny little nibbles and bites, but then is like, oh, and blushes. Yeah.
I mean, they made an entire anime series about that. It's like it's about everyone coming around so Shiro can cook for them, and she's always defensive while
Slice of life.
everyone else is showing up, and like even the people are like, oh yes, Castor is here, and like Shinji's showing up, and it's like, didn't he like his sister? It's like, yeah, but he's friends with everyone now. It's like slice stuff's weird. I don't like it.
Slice of life things are just, you know, for the most part, if an established anime has a slice of life version of that anime, that just means like they have a lot of fucking money for the IP.
I have a joke real quick, fellas. Do you think when the man wrote the King Arthur story, he was like, oh yes, I have an idea for a fun story. I wonder how it will be adapted by future writers to come 10,000 years later.
Borg.
You really love sharing that, like, saber eating hamburger
I love the
picture.
picture so much. Anime girl eating burger. I also love that, like, even though I like this show, but I'm not a super fan like Snake, but I appreciate how much it's expanded beyond its own, like, realms, like the cat and all that, and what's the name of that thing?
Yeah,
Nico Cat or whatever. Yeah. And then this too. More people have probably seen this image than actually have watched the Fate series. And so it's just great that it's like extended beyond its reach. She's kind of like Terry Bogard. She's in everything. She's just expanding into everything.
There is technically
I don't know what's the first Discord GIF I found. It's a hamburger with Neko Arc.
There is technically a Saber version of Neko Arc, but it's not quite Saber. It's Mysterious Heroine X, who's from the Servant verse, and I don't know what that is because that content is, even though it's referenced in the main story of Fate Grand Order, you can't access it currently, as far as I'm aware. So the characters show up and the character's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you, Mysterious Heroine X." I'm like, "I don't. I didn't get to see this." And they're currently adding Mysterious Heroine XX Alter.
Nice.
Cool.
That's the point where we're at.
I'm a bit confused why the mod for Zafina didn't just give her gray hair, because you can change the color of everything in Tekken, including the hair, but they're just missing that final step.
I guess it's not a mod. I'm gonna ask Alex to change the hair.
Well, no, like even if it is a mod, you should still be able to go in with the colors and change whatever you want to with the hair, unless the hair is part of the mod, but that'd be weird.
I'm gonna ask him. I bet he can.
Disgusting.
That'd be kind of cool.
Disgusting.
Anyways,
I do love that our boy Alex makes like the occasional grammatical mistake, and I keep it in because I find it charming. Like in our art.
He does?
Yeah, he'll just say things wrong, but it makes it funny.
Sonic,
he's not American though, so that's not his native language.
Sonic,
that's why I love it.
Sonic, can you show that image of the Raiden, where it's like Raiden with like the lightning?
Oh yeah.
Thing? That's a really cool image.
So basically, Snake had a tweet of saying like a cool idea about Raiden. Would you like to explain it a bit?
Yeah. So basically, when people get hit by lightning, sometimes they'll develop like a burn scar that is like in the shape of like lightning spreading out, almost like a tree. And so sometimes they'll get that on their bodies. And I thought that could be a really cool thing for Raiden to have, similar to the tattoos that Fujin had, which we now all assume Raiden has as well. But the idea it's like that instead. And then when he goes all powered up and his eyes start glowing, the scars do as well. So then a certain wonderful artist went and actually depicted that. And it's like, holy shit, this looks so cool. That's absolutely what our boy Raiden should look like, because it gives him this little extra je ne sais quoi. I don't know if that's even the right term, but you know.
It was your idea for Season 5's Invasion Season 2, actually. Like, just like you got the burnt marks and stuff.
That was broadly tattoos that I wanted to see, but I think this is what they should have gone for.
Very cool art, absolutely.
I'm still upset that Raiden has to use a stupid medallion to get his powers. I was hoping he would just unlock it through intense training, but oh well.
Okay, so I got a bit of an update here.
Oh, go ahead.
Alex, that was just a screenshot of the mod, so he's gonna download it and try it out. That's the Sindel mod just then. Yeah. So we get an update probably later on this episode.
The art also looks good.
I commissioned him a pretty cool art, which you can see in the new video. Basically, I just put M1K's like Reptile default costume onto the Scorpion's Revenge version, basically, and he drew it out.
Nice. Oh, hell yeah. I'm totally down.
This default costume needs to return to every Mortal Kombat game. Like, as a skin or as a DLC, I do not know. This outfit, at least. Good. Like, even if it's like the same Reptile, it just looks good.
That was my only critique with your Reptile video, is you kept bringing back that same image of Reptile, like, sexy posing and, like, not having pants on or whatever. Like, human Reptile. Like, Sonic, stop! For the 7th time you put this image on screen. I get the first time it's so funny, but you keep bringing it back.
It's very important. I need to explain human Reptile. lizard form reptile. Here's the examples, basically. I had to explain it, you know?
I was like, is this how women feel when fan service happens all the time? Because this was awful. I hate this.
Hey, BK had put a lot of effort into that. I've been checking out the person who's been reacting to my videos, the VTuber. You remember that, dog?
I remember that. Don't
yeah,
leave me out
she's
of this.
reacting. She's reacting to the reptile video. I'm watching partially of it, and it's like when she saw the artwork, she's like, "Oh, that's a good artwork, haha." And later, when it shows up again, she's like, "I'm gonna pause here. That is very good artwork." I can't watch it.
I appreciate your video, Sonic.
So the art she's talking about, is that the same one that Dog was just complaining about?
Yes.
The duality of man.
Yes.
I did like how Sonic introduced me to that meme, and my friends didn't know about it either. You burned my house to the ground!
You burned my house to the ground!
My family's dead! What do I do? I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna... like, I've watched all the different animations people have done for that, and it's so much fun. It's such a good rabbit hole.
I love how cursed Shang Tsung looks.
With the mythical creature. That's still my favorite one, but...
Yes. I love like the caption
the
was just like Eldred's European creature lore. You burned my house to the ground. Basically,
the whimsical creature. Well, it's one of those great memes where it's like it's 5 memes that came together, and everyone just agrees like, yes, this is the ultimate recipe. You need to have these 3 things. You have to have that audio, usually this shruggy guy, or the whimsical creature, and then the music, the Mario Select music.
I kind of combined the original TikTok version and the animation because the TikTok was just like some guy shouting and the person and the whimsical guy doing the face. But the animation has the guy's house actually burning and stuff. So Reptile was the animation part when Shang Tsung was the guy basically.
One of these days, I almost called you Reptile. One of these days,
you
Sonic,
too?
I almost did. One of these days, Sonic, I'll have to teach you one important animation tip, which is you have to move the clavicle. You also forgot
What's a clavicle?
to move. The clavicle is your collarbone, right? But like a lot of animators, when they're animating in 3D, they ignore that joint and just move the shoulders. So you get the arms magically going up, but like your shoulders should come closer together when you raise your shoulders up because your clavicle is in control, not your shoulder. But you have them like magically lifting their shoulders up, but they don't come closer. So it gives that weird kind of... It just looks kind of weird to anybody, but it's just a little rotation of the clavicle, and then you get that, like when he goes, "You burned my house to the ground." That one part is his arms bend up kind of weird, and I'm like, "Oh, he didn't rotate the clavicle."
I think
I'll keep that in mind.
What do I do? I think it works fine for these cursed animations that Sonic makes, where Shang Tsung's like...
That was snappy, yeah.
Like, Shang Tsung look like this.
I broke Shang Tsung's like bones for that one, basically, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's okay, because that's actually, they don't go up as much with that, so it's still fine. Yeah.
When I started animating, I actually never if you can go back and watch some of the first chapters, my character's mouth moved very weird because I never knew that the model that I could use has a jawbone. So your mouth is supposed to like move with the jaw, but I never moved the jawbone. So basically this is how I talk. Like that. With the mouth. Like the mouth opens really wide up and the jaws never move. You can go back to the early videos and find that.
This is what happens when you grow up on anime and a mouth and a character talk is just the lips moving, whereas like the chin just stays completely stationary.
True.
Yeah. It's one of those funny rules where like you can break the rule because no one really cares, and you can break rules in animation anyway, but technically your lower jaw is the only one that moves. Your upper jaw always stays in place, and also your lower jaw should never actually go up and down. It should just rotate at the pivot point, which should be in the back where it attaches to the skull. Which whenever I made rigs, I did that, but some people don't, or they just like use the move tool anyway and say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna move it up and down," and make it look really weird.
If you use the move tool instead of the rotate, because your jaw is literally rotating. If you do this, you'll look like a Nostalgia Critic thumbnail.
Nice. Like there you go. Or the Ermac fatality #2 where he sucks their soul and the jaw just drops down. Yeah, it's the same kind of idea.
I do like using that sometimes for exaggeration, you know, like the exaggeration. I do like putting the jaw down just for funnies, basically. Sometimes. Yeah.
I now have to find out if Shang Tsung's bottom of his shoes are normally green during gameplay.
I never checked for you. I'm gonna do that right now.
Or if that's just because of the model not having them colored for some reason. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because sometimes whenever something's not colored, the the animation program will default to green if it doesn't have a texture on it sometimes.
Yes.
So that could be what it is, or it could be that for some reason the soles of Shang Tsung's shoes are just green, which if true, I'm fascinated.
I'll show you Snake, because in my animation, I noticed that like later on too, like the bottom part of his shoes are green. I'm not sure if that's a Blender model issue, right? Yeah, it's got to be like a color issue thing.
I feel like if his shoes had this random green soles on it, we would have noticed by now. Like we've been playing this game for what, like almost a year.
Almost a year. Happy 1 year anniversary.
So yeah, I feel like we would have noticed that Shang Tsung's outfit just had this random splash of green on the soles of his shoes and nowhere else.
But yeah, that Reptile video, I did put like lots of goofs and gaffs in there. The next couple of weeks I'm just gonna post all the memes that happened in that video, because usually I have a month to post them, but Chaos Reigns is releasing on the 24th, so you're gonna see a lot of bombarding like memes from me that I use in that video. So expect like screenshots and like clips and stuff, and like full versions of clips I didn't use. For example, I have a full version of the right in front of my salad animation, because in the video I had to cut out the front part of the animation for Melina to look at Kitana, basically. But I do have the full version, basically, of her being like, "Are you serious?"
Are you serious?
Not what it looks
Right in front of my salad?
Right
So
in
I'll
front of
post
my
that
salad.
basically later.
I don't think I saw this because I joined a few minutes into it for the premiere.
Oh!
So I think I actually missed this part.
The first 10 minutes of the video is me talking about the story mode, and the last 20 minutes of the video is just me gushing about Reptile, basically. So, but I would recommend the first 10 minutes, because there's a lot of like funny segments there and stuff. A lot of people like my Tanya X Melina jokes.
At first, I was gonna cringe at the Tanya one, but then I saw that you synced it up pretty well with her mouth by having her loop the back and forth part, like "come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth." I'm feeling romantical. Then it cut to the salad, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking great." I also laughed a bit too much at the stupid like "give me some water," and Rain just like hits her, and she goes "ah!" and just falls down because I'm so immature like that. I just laugh at the stupid shit. But this animation, I noticed that you did a pretty clever thing that a lot of beginning animators forget. You have her subtly moving the whole time, even in between key poses. Like her head's not just pausing and then waiting and then moving again. She's slowly drifting and then doing the next part. That's good. Good stuff. I'm sure someone told you that, but good stuff.
Thank you very
like
much,
that.
Dog Senpai. My animation ranges from every frame has to have an animation, or like the Reptile one you just saw, where it's like you burn my house to the ground, where it's like obviously one frame at a time and bop, 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 like a regular animation, like anime type kind of style, which is more dynamic but also easier for me.
I'm guessing you did not use. I'm guessing you did not switch to IK for her hands.
No, I didn't change any of those basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's more of an advanced thing, and we'll talk about it later. I don't want to bore
That's
the audience
hard.
with inverse.
FK IK switching. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, inverse kinematics. It's all good. It looks great. I liked it, and I laughed at the reference too, because that's like that's a meme that I love. Really, right in front of my salad, and then people make fun of how
It fits so well because Tanya's flirting with Melina and flirting in front of Kitana, basically.
Oh, I wonder if Snake gets the joke. Snake, do you know that meme? The right in front of my salad. Oh,
You've never seen
it's
the
from
meme?
an adult
Wow.
film. It's from an adult film where like it's one of those stupid like, oh, they're doing the deed in public, I hope no one sees, and like the sister walks in and goes, really, right in front of my salad, because like she sees them doing the deed.
Yes, basically
leaves.
it's like there's a husband and a wife, and the husband like asked a chef to like come cook, a professional chef, and he's doing the no clothes apron thing, and basically they just start doing the deed, and the wife is like, hello, oh hi honey, welcome back, and she's like, oh what a wonderful salad, and it's like, hang on, are you two fucking seriously right in front of my salad? You guys are disgusting. She just leaves.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. So a couple hire a chef, and then the wife,
the husband hires the chef to surprise the
then
wife.
two of them start having sex, and then the wife comes in. So is it the husband and the chef having sex? What is happening?
Yes, it's a gay porn.
Oh,
which is why I used it on Tanya and Melina.
So that's the wife then.
Kitana, yes, she's playing like the wife in this meme,
I'm
basically.
sure at some point one of you mentioned a sister, so I was very confused.
That's not right. Dog wasn't right about that origin, basically.
It is a funny reaction to be like, like that's her reaction. I guess that's why it's a meme. It's like that's her reaction to find out her husband is cheating on it with another man. Just like really,
yeah, basically.
It's not the fact
that's
doing
why it's
it.
so funny because I
right in front of my salad.
Improv. That's why it's so funny. It's like that can't be scripted. That's like a stupid line that has to be improv. That's why it means so much to me because it's so stupid. And then the comments made me laugh even harder because we all know the comments section is funnier than even the source material. So in the comments section, they go, "She didn't even take the salad with her. She just left it there." So it's still in front of the salad.
I would say like porn improv is the funniest improv in the world. Because it's so strange. I imagine it's because it's probably a lot of its scenarios people just can't relate to when they're actually coming up with something to say there. It's like, how would you react in this situation? I have a salad.
You need a lifeguard. I see you don't have a lifeguard at the beach.
Actually, is that they downplay that a lot because realistically, all that would happen is the partner seeing red and just breaking everything and being so upset. It would not be like,
obviously.
"Oh my gosh, really?" or "Huh, can I join in?" Which are the two outcomes you get in adult films. There is no like, I'm gonna break everything. I'm filming you. I'm calling the police. I'm filing for a divorce. I'm taking half your shit.
Yeah, that's obviously a little too realistic in our smut film, basically.
That's the one I want to see. Damn it!
Logic.
I want my adult films to have Game of Thrones level consequences. I want to be set up and Fallout. That's what I want.
So what? He's like, yeah, I'll be back in a bit later, babe. And he goes to the toilet, and then his wife like kicks the door open and shoots him with a crossbow while he's on the toilet.
Yes,
Game of Thrones.
That's a fine one. Or it could be like an innocent one where like the person who's like cheating hides in the closet or whatever, but then like when it's finally safe to leave, the closet's stuck and they can't get out, and it's like, oh no, the couple left the stove on because they left it in an argument, and no, the house is burning down. Oh well, person burned alive in the closet, and it turns out that person was the main character that was related to so and so it starts a revenge arc.
See, I thought you were going to go with that was that the cheating partner hides in the closet, and then like the partner comes in and they start having sex with the other person. So now both are cheating with I found that idea hilarious. The idea that a couple are both cheating on each other, but they don't realize they're cheating with the same person.
Yep. No, Snake,
the guy who is like,
maybe like the person in the closet. The closet is still stuck, but it can only open a certain amount, and the person's like, "Well, I'll let you out, but you know what you have to do to get even, so that we're square." Oh no!
Please don't talk about the idea of someone being trapped in a closet in a porno, and it only opens a little bit of the way, because that is a sinister connotation.
I'm stuck.
It's like, because it's only open part way, only a part of me can fit out, and then the scene proceeds from there. I don't like this.
Yes.
I want to move on to something else. I want off this ride.
Oh, so that's too far, but the house burning down and killing the person wasn't a step too far.
That's funny.
Okay. They're both funny because it's adult film logic.
You're bringing up violence versus sex in this scenario.
The only difference is, in my version, the salad lives. And it's spared the trauma.
Damn it. Fuck. Now I'm imagining fucking X-ray moves in a Mortal Kombat porn parody.
Oh.
Like,
that would be
not violent,
like the jokes
but
they have in Uzaki-chan, where they show X-rays, but it goes for visual illustrations only. It's pretty funny. You could have that. Let's move on, please.
Exactly. I was gonna bring.
I don't think most of the bit is even gonna make it into the episode.
No, this is funny. I'll keep it in, basically.
I hope we don't get demonetized for it.
We'll be fine. We never said any sensitive words, except for what I had to censor for dog. Basically.
That's why it's really funny, because like you can talk. Like, the subject is fine to talk about. It's just if you use certain words to describe it, like that's stupid.
You can't say suicide. You got to say gaming or like die in Minecraft or something like that. I don't know.
So that's why I'm worried about my new Suicide Squad video. Like, is that going to make it? Is that going to be okay with that in the title? Like, just
yeah, because Dog always says Sushi Squad, so you might. I think the title should be fine, right? I'm gonna use the bathroom tube since he's using it too, so I'll be right back.
All right. I say sushi instead of the other word.
Literally, just as Sonic's like, "Oh, Dog's gone," so I'm gonna get up and go. As he's getting up, you sit down.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's pretty good. Yeah. I guess we can just Sonic. You're gonna be watching this while you edit. I guess you can cut out the part where I talk about the closet because that was apparently too far. That was a bridge too far.
He thinks it's fine.
I was thinking too, like, because he's in the bathroom now, so we can keep wasting time. Have you heard of the film Rubber?
No.
No? So
No.
Rubber is one of those films that's up there with like Sharknado as like one of the dumbest films ever. But Rubber is way worse because it literally is like the dumbest premise for a film. But I don't think it's that bad because it's self-aware. But Rubber is a movie about a killer tire.
Okay.
Like it's a tire just by itself, like a car tire, but it has mind powers and can make things explode. And that's the plot of the movie. It's really dumb. So I was thinking, what about that? But the salad. After it's been traumatized, it goes on like a murder spree, and it's a murderous salad.
No. The salad is like Akuma in Tekken 7, where it like makes a solemn vow to the woman that he will murder those two, but he waits like 40 years to do it, by which time both have been presumed dead at various points.
Maybe the salad is just poisonous, but like no one puts the two and two together. Like, why are there always dead bodies near this bowl of salad? Must be a coincidence. Oh, so good. I do like my Game of Thrones adult film idea, though. Be pretty funny. Then again, the first season of Game of Thrones, you could argue, already was that. And now Snake left just in time for you to get back, so that's pretty funny. I don't know if he planned that, because if he planned that, that's really funny. But if he didn't, that is one of the most hilarious conveniences ever. Because I got back right when you left, Sonic. Like, as you were getting up, turned around, I sat down.
Oh, really?
Which made Snake laugh pretty hard. And then right when you get back, Snake left.
That is funny. He was worried about whether our channel is going to get demonetized. This video was going to get demonetized based off of our conversation just then.
Oh, no, I heard y'all from the bathroom. I'm right there. My bathroom's like only 5 feet away.
Cool.
I even tried to yell, like when y'all said the words you can't use on YouTube, like instead of this, you gotta like say this, and I went sushi. I say sushi instead of the self-delete word.
Right, I did
Yeah.
just mention that. Like, Dog says Sushi Squad when Snake was worried about demonetization.
Snake, did you time that, by the way, or not? Was that on purpose?
Yes, very much so.
Nice. Well done. Also, nice shirt.
Very funny.
The Black
Hey,
Dragon.
nice shirt. Hey, nice shirt. That'd be a
I'm
good
also
flag.
wearing a Hawaiian shirt. The Four Snake wears Hawaiian shirts like the Boogaloo Boys, a far-right extremist group. The Four Snake is friends with TrueUnderDawg.
What?
I wondered where you. Oh yes, with Underdog, a known degenerate pervert. Yes.
A gun-obsessed YouTuber who uses who used AI in his latest thumbnail.
And then SonicHaXD, known for sharing lolly art in his Discord server.
Hey! Unbelievable. I've said this half a year ago. Why are you accusing me of the one being a lollio out of all three of us?
Oh no, I know. That's why the joke though, because that guy used the least charitable arguments for everyone that he critiqued. Like it was the most ridiculous hyperbole for every person that he criticized.
Have you seen the video, Sonic, or anyone talking about it?
Which one are you mentioning?
It's this guy called In Praise of Shadows who did a hit piece on Wendigoon, and part of that is just going through all the people Wendigoon is friends with and doing character assassinations on all of them, with the funniest one probably being the one where he's like, I think it was Donut Operator, who watches like police body cam footage, and like, because he used to be a cop, so he talks about the procedures and whatnot. And the one he points to is he made a video where he watches a man get murdered by cops, and the guy who it was a child's
P word
in the middle of ing a child, and he pulled a gun on the cops, and the cops like game ended him.
Yeah, gotta.
And so like he points to this like the thumbnail is a picture of the man in terror as he's about to be killed by cops, with his face in the corner saying head removal, and it's like, well, yeah, considering the person who got eliminated, like no one. How did you think this was a good argument?
Oh yeah, my favorite one is when he called the one dude a gun tuber, and the guy's only like done one single gun video, and it was not even like a pro gun video.
He's obsessed with people liking guns. He's like, oh, this person, the weird gun, guns, gun YouTubers, guns, and I'm like,
Careful, Snake. You got your laser collections there, basically.
It fell off.
Oh yeah.
No!
Nice.
Did you say nice? When he said it fell off?
No, I meant just when you said like
Fell
the
off.
gun collection, I was like, nice.
Broke. TrueUnderDawg
There you
fell
go.
off.
I
Wow.
did. I think I blame Mortal Kombat 1 as a whole right now though, because I
Hey,
think it's
well,
it's like gonna dip down and then spike back up when all the characters get here.
Well, I'll get a resurgence when Chaos Reigns comes back, guys. Don't worry about it.
But I do
Okay.
think that NetherRealm shot us in the foot by changing Sector and Cyrax, just because I imagine the hype would be way higher if they were just more traditional. But I also understand wanting to change
I don't
things
know.
because it's the new
If
era.
they changed it, I feel like that made more of a topical,
Yeah, but the problem is everyone's already over it. Like people aren't like.
Are they?
They're not even. No, what I mean is they're not even like hate watching it. They're just like, oh, I'm done. Like I don't care anymore. They're more.
Again, I
indifferent
think
now.
everything's gonna resurge again once Chaos
Noob
Reigns
Cybot
pops
will
up.
save us. What I do find funny is I saw people. I don't know if you want to cut this or not, but I saw someone on. There's this one person on
I saw
Twitter
that.
who
It's
like
very
always
sick.
celebrates any negative news about Mortal Kombat 1 ever, and it's not the typical
about,
people.
like, a
It's
dozen
someone else.
people?
It's
Okay.
someone. It's someone who used to be in the Mortal Kombat scene. But anyway, they're upset and they were celebrating instead of just being happy for Street Fighter 6 because Street Fighter 6 recently sold 4 million copies. Instead of being happy for them, it's like, haha, they already caught up to Mortal Kombat 1, MK1 dead, blah, blah. And it's like, you do realize that's just insulting Street Fighter when you do that, to act like it's a low number or something. Also, Street Fighter 6 came out 3 months prior to MK1. Also, Mortal Kombat 1's numbers, like the 4 million, was like over a month ago, so add 4 months instead of 3 because it's been even longer. So it's like, we don't know how much they've sold so far. And
Yeah.
since when do, like, I'm pretty sure when it says units sold, it refers to physical copies. So who knows how much it's sold digitally? That's not a number we're aware of. And it's just like, it's the most petty thing to like celebrate. I'm like, oh, come on. Why can't we
No, I
just
mean,
be
shit
happy
talk-
that fighting games are doing well? I'm really happy that Street Fighter 6 is
Yeah.
selling well. That's great. It's a really fun game. I love Aki. Give me more toxic women in my fighting games.
I fucking love Aki too. That's why I bought Street Fighter, just for her.
And her voice actress is amazing too. I love her also.
I think shit talking Mortal Kombat is completely fine, but like, take the right
Yeah.
angles, I really
Oh, yeah.
don't like it when people just shit talk it for like, okay, like that's just kind of like your head
It's
is
like-
big. It's like,
Well, it's also
Okay.
clearly a grift because it's all for the attention of riding the hate. Because no regular person sees one game getting good news and goes, haha, time to twist this into hating Mortal Kombat 1. That's like just a grifting sort of mindset. But,
there are many games that do get this, basically, like if you see Overwatch, it's like, look at Marvel Rivals and Deadlock. Yeah, fuck Overwatch, am I right? And it's like, yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Aki's voice
That's a nice
actress.
Aqua.
Aki's voice
Really?
actress. Yeah, she's Aqua.
Wow, that's awesome.
She's also Petra in Fire Emblem, which is one of the best characters.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But,
so,
but she has
I got
no
an update.
merchandise.
So first off, I just went into Mortal Kombat 1 to take a picture of, Shang Tsung's souls here. And yes, they're not green.
Nice.
Like, they're definitely
I'm
not
glad
there.
you took the time. That would have been a
Yeah.
very funny choice. Like Snake said, we would have noticed if that was like the design
Very
choice.
interesting choice, though. Second update. So Alex Dehel did download the mod, and so here is Zafina with white hair.
Hell yeah.
So some pretty cool
Nice.
stuff.
The outfit somehow looks tolerable in the Tekken engine.
It does, weirdly enough, actually. Yeah, weirdly.
It could be proportions.
I like how
One thing I
soft
also
her
wanna
hands
thank-
look.
Do want to thank Dog for it because, like, thanks for you helping
You're
out with the podcast. You got to make it so, because I was actually working on the Reptile video, like, almost barely making it on time for the end of August. So one of the last things I got to add into the video was like the part that many of my fans probably think is their favorite, the one where my dad shows up, the "Are you winning, son?" part. That
People
probably
thought
was like.
people thought you deep faked that.
I saw the comment. Yes, it's like, I thought that was your deepfake. I saw like people were saying like, is that actually your dad, or did you get an actor or some shit?
Your dad
no, I
has
got, like,
strong
I paid
genes
an
because
actor.
y'all look almost 1-to-1 the same. Just time.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Because my mom is like, you have genes from me, and it's like, or like my brother has more genes from my dad, but it's like maybe people are like, actually, you look more like your dad or something like that. So that's kind of fun.
Maybe your dad and mom look alike. That could also be a thing. So it could be
Nah,
hard to spot.
not entirely, but yeah. But yeah, that part was a lot of fun. I'm glad a lot of people like my dad's cameo, and I have comments being like, "fatherless allegations beaten" or some shit.
I like how he stayed smiling the whole time and didn't like go like.
I told him to stay smiling like 5
Yeah.
seconds. Disappointed face, you know.
And it's like a smile like. like it cuts to him like smiling, then it shows all your stuff. Cuts to him frowning, shows you still sliding through more naughty stuff. Just shows him holding the milk, and then he closes the door.
The
like
milk.
a milk carton.
One funny behind the scenes is like everything on my screen during the part where I like smash through my keyboard. Those are all either fan arts from my fans or commissions I've had. Every single one of those. Those aren't random images. So even I was impressed, like the amount I could like smash through, basically.
I can't believe that the Reptile fan art game has like increased like tenfold since Sonic entered this fandom. Made videos. Like, single-handedly feeding the Reptile stan community.
Economy, basically. Although speaking of one last thing about Reptile though, like the most effort I put into the video, which took me like 3 days to animate, which is also the thing I did before recording my dad, like the last thing, the Reptile versus the lizard animation. That one took me a lot of effort to do, the epic battle, basically. Do you remember that, Snake?
So I wasn't paying attention. What?
What? Oh, okay. It's the part where they're kissing.
Who's kissing?
The Reptile and the lizard.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, because they're clashing first, and then.
But
yes, that part.
You say that, but you have to remember you've done that before with the action figures, so it's not exactly a unique scenario.
I can't believe you remember that.
I made my own version.
You were
of it. I
very,
guess
you
I
were
should show
very,
it.
you were very reactionary in the live chat, though. I will say.
Yeah, of course I remember that bit. I did a voice cameo, didn't I? Was I Coastal Khan in that bit?
Yeah. But what I meant was like in the new one, you were very reactionary in the live chat. I saw you there.
Yeah, I like doing that.
And Sonic's was way more graphic than mine. Mine's just two cute chibi characters kissing.
Oh, I guess I'll show that here. I don't know when you're gonna post that, but I'll show in the podcast. The one that like.
I'm not sure we'll ever post it.
See,
You'll never post it.
See, for me,
podcast exclusive meme right here.
For me, it's hideous that where like the part was meant to be like Sektor's tongue like sticking through the cheek because like it moves.
Yeah,
and it's like I know it makes sense, but it's hideous.
It's the nose. It's like her nose.
You have to have the
moving.
sound on, Snake. You got to hear it.
I have indeed.
Oh. Do you know where the sound effect is from?
We are forcing Snake a bunch of kissing content on him. Take
and
that.
it's from
This is
the,
more normal than feet, Snake. Come on now.
And none of it's
The sound effect
none
is
of it's
from
Janet and Sonia.
Hellbenders.
No, it was Janet Sonia. You know, Snake. You could actually get Alex to do that. Janet and Sonia.
I could.
In this
And he
pose.
does not safe for work if you want it.
I'm not getting in that
Oh
pose.
shit. Janet and Sonia, not safe for work, Snake. Ooh.
I mean, I thought about doing a heavily detailed, asking him to do a heavily detailed one of Cyrax and Sektor now, where it looks like actual in-game, and they're clashing, and it's just like, just like.
Oh.
No, it's like, imagine some cringy dialogue too, like, I can't believe you left the Lin Kuei. Maybe I just wanted you to chase me. Because of the making out, I'm
a little tempted to, and it's too much of an inside joke to want to spend money on, but I want to do the bit where, that joke I made about Smoke with Ray William Johnson Movado versus Sektor and Madame Bo, and it's like when Smoke's coming in to do your mom. Because Sektor is Madame Bo's daughter. It's like, but I do want to spend money on that, like that little inside joke shit post. Probably not.
That's not bad for a commission. That's a good deal.
That really is like a great price. Like I think I got so many commissions from him because like
I'm so happy he doesn't live in America where the rates are way higher, where the inflation is so insane. Our dollar's worth nothing. Snake gets it. He's going through the same thing. The UK, he gets it.
I don't want you to talk about inflation when we're talking about commissions.
Sonic. Well, the
Hi.
Shadow, Sonic, it's coming out, so it's perfect topic, honestly. But
What? When you said Sonic, I thought you were talking about me.
I'm kind of surprised.
no, I meant the Sonic movies. Sorry, because they have the most degenerate
Yes.
fetish community on the planet. So
I'm surprised that Kitana never took off in the inflation community, given her original fatality.
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are always accusing Ed Boon for like putting fetishes in the fatalities now. What about back then?
Well, that was different. That was John Tobias. That was different.
Oh.
So I had a random
tarnish
thought.
his legacy, eh?
So, how do y'all feel about my theory that, speaking of plot holes and all that and bad writing, I've already brought up multiple times in my videos because I just have to speak my mind whenever the topic comes up. I'm like, I swear to God, if Cyrax somehow escapes without Sektor ever initiating some kind of kill switch on the armor to make it to where she like stiffens up and it locks or it shocks her, something, if none of that happens, I'm going to be so upset because Sektor would absolutely put that in the armor to stop her from like running away. But then I thought of that meme of what's Sonic?
No. I'm just sorry. I wasn't like groaning at you. I'm just groaning because this conversation or topic is a little bit like spoilery because
It was shown in the very first trailer that Snake saw.
Oh yeah, but I meant like to expand upon it. There are things that I would like to talk about in the other story trailers, but I gotta be careful.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I got
yeah.
you.
Keep
Well,
going.
here's
Sorry,
the joke.
keep going.
I just wanted to make a joke. So,
Yeah.
have y'all seen the memes of the wizards casting spells that are mildly inconvenient?
Yes,
Like
I know about those.
cast like dirty butt cheeks, or I cast like random diarrhea. And the person goes, oh, and like gets cursed by it. You know,
I cast
I-
manual breathing.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
manual
That's villainous. That's fucking
horrifying,
villainous.
right? Manual breathing.
So I was thinking that, but with Sektor's suit. So when Cyrax is trying to escape, she's like, "Oh yeah, watch this." Press the button, and Cyrax just goes, "Oh, what? Wait, why are my feet suddenly soaked? Yeah, I made the suit really annoying to walk in now. You have soggy socks all the time. It's just gonna constantly keep your feet soggy.
Damn it.
No, keep walking. What? Wait, what is this? Yeah." I programmed the helmet to slightly pull on your hair and just annoy the crap out of you. No,
Just
stop
slightly
this.
inconvenient things.
Don't talk about soggy feet. There are people who are into that.
Oh, yeah. My buddy totally perked up just now. My buddy who likes the feet. He's totally like, oh, I bet they smell bad now. I hope they smell bad. He's totally thinking that.
No, it's not one of those, is he? One
Huh?
of the ones
he's,
who like.
he's full in on the feet. He's all of it.
Yeah, but
anything
like-
feet related, he's probably okay
He's one of the
with.
smell guys. No, cringe.
Hey, you don't get to judge him. You don't
I do.
judge our friend
Well-
like this.
I mean, dog, is he though?
No, he is. He's our friend. He's wanted to come on. He's like, yeah, I'll answer all the questions.
I meant, is he into the smell? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
He's not coming
Okay.
in. I'm not
Okay.
dealing with this kind of person.
We met our quota. Let's go.
I feel like I should cut this part out.
But anyway, the joke is that Sektor would not do an actual kill switch. Sektor would have the armor just annoy Cyrax constantly because she's trying to
she
steal
left.
it. And that would be the joke. You've already done
Gosh,
that bit, Snake, where you pretend to leave.
No,
I don't think he's pretending.
The camera
I think he's
fucking went off
genuinely
again.
like having issues.
Imagine he comes back.
This,
just
this is what Sektor's doing.
Ah!
You evoke Sektor's wrath, dog. You did this.
She's
The
screwing
blur-
you up here now,
the blur.
Snake.
That would be another funny helmet feature. She forces the visor to stay closed, and it just ever so slightly blurs her vision. Haha, you can't see correctly now. Damn it. And it's all in black and white. Yep, I made it black and white too. Also, you probably notice a slight ringing sound. No. Yep, the helmet's gonna always make a slight ringing sound. And then randomly, you'll never know when, just a loud bing. Just out of nowhere. Bing.
Alternatively,
I'd imagine like Sektor randomly plays the YouTube video like random like fart reverb plays within an hour like YouTube playlist enter your
the idea of Sektor just turning into Skulker is so funny to me. You smell like fucking beans, dog.
Dang. Also,
But
the
yeah,
suit
so
temperature.
another one Sektor does is like a little thing comes over one eye, just one.
Yep. No depth perception. Starts stubbing her toe everywhere. Yep. And then like the temperature in the suit raises to be mildly uncomfortable, so she's always sweaty. Take
Or
that.
alternatively, the armor like contracts, so it's like there's still parts there, but it's all like folded into itself, so like shutters kind of. So there's just like large stretches of her body that are exposed. It's like haha, people can see you almost naked now, and it's like a kill bit. And it's like, ha ha
That sounds
ha.
like a thing that TrueUnderDawg would come up with, actually, Snake. I was gonna say something mildly inconvenient, like she opens her visor all the time, but it's like every time she opens it, it's only like slightly, so she has like fucking manually like try to like, you know, like the kind of like stuck like garage door like kind of a thing, basically like, damn it, not again, I gotta like chuck it up basically.
Whenever
Every
she
time
goes
she
to
wants to open her
sneeze,
visor.
it closes the helmet on purpose. They can sense when she's about to sneeze and just closes the helmet so she sneezes in front of her own face every time. Yeah. I would
never
love
thought
this,
prank-
just like Sektor being delightfully evil, because like they are former friends. So it's like, oh, I didn't want to like hurt her, but I'm just gonna just torture her the whole time with this suit until she brings it back, and she can't
I
take
love
it off. So when
prankster
she has to poop,
Sektor.
it's gonna be really unfortunate. So, yeah,
I love prankster Sektor, basically.
yeah, just delightfully evil. She's like in her chair, like
and then-
like Reyna, like.
And then when they meet again, Cyrax is just beating the shit out of Sektor. So it's like, it's just a prank. It's just a prank. Stop.
It's just a prank, bro.
She's doing the rapid punches like what Iron Man does to Hulk. Bing, 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 bing. It's like,
Oh yeah, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
It's like, don't make me do it, Cyrax. She presses a button that makes you crap yourself in the suit.
What is with crapping and you, dog? What is going on? This is like the third time you made Snake uncomfortable with his faces. I see.
Is this a fetish we've discovered from you, dog?
I've only brought it up twice. No, the joke is that it'd be really inconvenient and uncomfortable to shit yourself.
Yes, we get it, but
Which
you brought it up
thankfully
twice.
I've never had to experience. I hear most people have had to experience that at once in their life. I thankfully have never had to. I'm very happy about
Anyway,
Let's
see, Snake's mad
actually,
because he pooped himself. Snake's mad that he had to go through that one
damn,
time.
unbelievable.
Rip.
Okay, well the thing is though, I think we have met our quota for our Mortal Kombat like conversations today. I think we can move the topic to more of like casual things because we have a lot to catch up with.
Oh, so whenever
2
Sonic
months.
wants to talk about his kinks for an hour about scalies and all that, it's fine. But when I want to talk about my kinks for like 10 minutes, it's a step too far. I see how it is.
I was just gonna say.
No, it's fine, Sonic. It's fine. Go on to your thing.
What I was gonna say,
Fine.
like I want to hear your evil story, like what you've been doing there. But okay,
Oh,
if you
God,
don't
are
want to talk about it, you know.
oh
if
yeah,
you
Sonic's been back for like a month and he's had a chance to talk about his holiday.
We didn't talk about
true.
Japan. Look at this, guys. Check this out right here. I've had this shit with me for like 2 months already. You see this gigantic pan flip with like freaking like 10-ish pages, basically. This is my
Wow.
dad. My
Wow.
dad made like a pan flip of every day of our vacation, basically.
Wow.
I've never read it yet.
In fairness,
I like
Sonic,
it.
we could have talked about your trip sooner if you hadn't said, "Oh, we want to delay the episode for a week so we can work on my Reptile video."
In hindsight, that was pretty selfish of you. It would have only taken one day to record it, and then I could have edited it.
I did put that as a suggestion, you know. But
Oh, you
guys
did?
are like,
Oh,
it's
shit.
okay.
Well-
We can wait for a week. It's okay. I'm like,
Because
okay.
we're kind,
You forget
Sonic.
that Dory. You forget that Dory from Finding Nemo is inspired by me, so I have that kind of memory. So you got to remind me of these things.
It is true though. Like you do every like half a year, you will bring up the same topic again, like in our conversations. But what I wanted to say also is like this is going to be the last episode
No!
before no before Chaos Reigns, you know, because
Yeah.
after Chaos Reigns comes out, then we'll record an episode a week later, right? I think that's how we're gonna schedule it, right? I would assume. So this is the last episode before Chaos Reigns, so we got to throw out all our like predictions and shit and whatnot. So it didn't really matter if this is like a week or two before, you know, because in between. And anyways, how was Evil TrueUnderDawg? I want to hear about your your story, basically, like how it was
I'll try to keep it quick. I did pretty dang well. I escaped the first day of pools in both of the games. In Tekken and Mortal Kombat 1. So here's the proof. I have the Chipotle gift cards.
Hey, so if you make it like through day one, you get a Chipotle gift card.
Yeah, if you escape your pools, you get the gift card. And
Nice.
I actually would have got further in Tekken, but I made the mistake of breaking a rule of basic fighting game competition, which is that if your opponent has not adapted to what you're doing, just keep doing it. Don't change it. I literally would have beaten this guy who was way better than me. The problem is he didn't study my character, and also he did not know how to break throws. So I kept doing the same throw, and he kept not breaking it. Because for anyone not aware, Tekken has different throw breaks based on which one you do.
Yes.
So, although unlike in Mortal Kombat, if you have a keen eye, you can actually see what arm grabs you and break on reaction. You have like 16 frames to react to it. So it's actually More like 24 frames, I guess. So it's more fair than like MK where you just literally guessed and it's really stupid. But basically the point is I would have beaten him if I'd done the same throw again. He was at death's door. I would have beaten him. But I changed up my throw thinking for sure he would have broken it this time. I threw him like 5 times with the same throw. No, he just kept mashing the wrong button. So he broke that new throw that I did. And then he got me near the wall. I mean, he's playing Brian. So Brian is like totally set play. He can combo you, get you against the wall, and then force you to stand back up, then do a charge attack. And if you don't react to it in time, it hits you against the wall and splats you, and he gets a free combo into Rage Art. So it's like a 70% combo, like set play, and he hit me with that. And I was like, oh, dang. Though, to be fair, the reason I didn't get mad and didn't get sad is I was like, you know what? He deserves it more than me. This man's clearly practiced way more than me. But I was bodying people with Asuka. It was pretty satisfying because Asuka's always, oh, Asuka sucks. Asuka's bottom tier. And it's like, dude, it's Tekken. Every character has 200 attacks. You can win. Yeah. Just learn your character.
Exactly.
Like, you'll be fine. But yeah. Mortal Kombat
That's
was
cool.
way harder to actually win in because I had to fight a Quan Chi player doing that new cheese that I don't know how to deal with where they push you out the portal to get meter. Quan Cheese. His name is so appropriate now because he really does cheese you now. He gets constant meter. And he's draining your meter constantly, and he gets armor. And the game won't let you use Combo Breaker, even though you keep hearing the ting, 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 which means you reached like 3 bars, right? But it won't let you Combo Breaker. It's just not quite there long enough, I guess. So you just can't break any of his combos. That's the first person I lost to. The second person was just a Kenshi player that knew Kenshi really well. So they had no gaps in their offense, and I didn't know what to do. What do I do? That's how I felt. The meme. Kenshi.
Yeah. You burned my house to the ground, Kenshi.
Outside of that, it was pretty fun, but it was hotter than
Melina,
ever.
Right? I'm assuming.
It was super hot. Huh?
You played a Melina, I'm assuming, right?
No, I played Ashura. Ashura was my Evo character.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. I was doing pretty dang well. I was bodying people. There were some matches that were close, but not typically. Except, so I either won really convincingly or got completely stomped. In Street Fighter 6, I did okay, but I did not escape pools, which is fine. I did not practice Street Fighter 6 at all. What's so funny, Snake?
Ashura and who?
Sorry, it's just when you brought up that the you brought my house to the ground bit. I thought of a bit where it's like, well, you could do the 2 ways you could do that. One is with the invasions. Where when Hanzo comes in, it's like he interrupts Kuai Liang's wedding, so Kuai Liang just Hanzo's like, you brought my house to the ground. Hanzo's like, but Sonic could also bring that back when he does Chaos Rain sucks, and it's like, and it's the Sektor, and it's like, bring my house to the ground. Sektor's like, I mean, that's fixed because she's so smug. It's like,
and she literally can burn people, right?
Yeah, you bring my house to the ground.
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I think that's a good idea, honestly. Yeah. But
could also work for Melina because her throne room gets attacked by Chaos Rain's Havoc. So it's like, you burned my house to the ground. He just shrugs.
Yes.
Has the mace in his hand. Yeah. Which is no longer a mace, like a mace club. Anyway, it's like a combination, which is weird.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Ashura with who?
So outside of that, I'll say the outside stuff. So not competing wise, right? They did have a huge blunder with not having nearly enough chairs. You probably heard about that on Twitter. What? What's funny now?
No, I just asked who your Kameo fighter was for like 5 times just then.
Oh, sorry. The Kameo character. Oh, just Serena, I think, because I was being cheap. I just wanted a hit confirm character.
That is the
I did
the
switch
basic
to Melina
one
time. I switched to Melina one time to beat a guy that was abusing armor because Melina has that really good armor break strat. And I used Scorpion with her. So
okay, cool.
Mavado's also good with Melina if you want to get throw damage, but I just felt like doing just the crazy 50% damage combos.
What you're comfortable with, right? Yeah, you play Scorpion for like almost a year now, yeah.
Now, outside of the competition, Evo had a big problem with the finals for all the games. They did not have enough chairs. So there was lines wrapped all the way through the entire building, and people were waiting in line for no reason because all the chairs were already, like, it was fully occupied. We were not waiting in line. We found a really cozy place to sit and actually watch the finals ourselves, because there was a cool little setup in the middle of the event. There was meant to be a fun way to play pro players. You just sign up, and if a pro player is there, they'll play you in the game. And you have the little beanbag chairs you can sit in. But when it was time to actually compete, of course, the pros aren't around. They're watching the finals and stuff too, or they're competing. So it just became like a place you can sit down and watch the finals in comfy beanbag chairs. So my friends and I all got that hookup. We watched the finals that way. It was awesome.
Nice. Sounds comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is, with that setup, we could actually hear the commentators and stuff, which was nice, because one of the only downsides about Evo, I think they fixed it this time finally, but no, they only fixed it for the finals, never mind. One of the annoying things about Evo is that when you're watching the matches that are not the finals, you can't hear the commentators. They're in a different room. And one of the most fun things about watching the stream is hearing the commentators like go off and get hype and stuff, you know? So it's kind of like you're missing half the equation. I was also in the background of Maximilian Dude's stream. If you watch when they're doing like the stream nonsense and the frog shows up and all that, the frog's like right next to me. So if you find the frog, you'll find me.
That's awesome. Yeah, Maximilian had that whole entire
frog
boss room, like what do you call it, like head of the Mishima, like quarter, like room, basically looking down.
We did not know he was up there until later, but we did when we found that out. We're like, so there was someone up there that whole time. We kind of felt like somebody was up there. We're like, do you think someone's up there? So it's one of those weird, sixth senses that humans have, like they're being watched. We kept thinking there was somebody up there, and then we learned that there was in fact somebody up there. I love all the memes of Maximilian Dude standing there like this.
Yes. Menacingly,
like shit into the foreground.
Yes.
Midgar and Kamurocho and all that stuff.
Yeah, this Evo had a lot of memes. It was very fun to like watch like the clips, like Sonic Fox drinking the milk.
That, I can't find the clip anymore of the Chun-Li cosplayer that's actually a dude wearing the fake boobas. But I love that.
I don't know about that.
Huh? You don't know about that?
Jackie Chan?
This one I'm not sure.
It was so funny, Sonic. So like in that, so the highlight of the whole event, everyone agrees, was Third Strike with the amazing Shugo player. That was the best thing of the whole event. Because not only was it like not just the ending, but the build up was all perfect and everything too. Like it's just incredible. I think it's better than 37 because there's so many moments. Yeah, but at one point when like I don't think it could have been the final match, could have not been the final match. But when they win, like there's a short reset period, so the camera will cut to the crowd and show everyone reacting and getting hype, right? Well, it's panning down the front row of the people at the Third Strike tournament, and one of them's a Chun-Li cosplayer just doing this. And just like ridiculously big stuff bouncing up and down. And the camera held there for like a solid 5 seconds before someone cut somewhere else. Like, so I love the idea how the cameraman was into it, but the person who's in control of which camera is on the stream is like, no, cut the camera too. Cut away. But it was too late. Everyone saw it. And it had a double reveal because everyone got all thirsty over it. Then it's revealed that it's a guy who likes to cosplay as chicks and like put the fake boobies on, like the big fake chest stuff. And that's why the whole clearly just jumping for the male gaze, being hilarious. But also you can see Maximilian Dude and his crew's reaction to it because they're on the couch just like watching the event. And then it cuts to that and they're just like, they're just completely flabbergasted. Like, what's going on?
I mean,
that Chun-Li cosplayer.
Okay, it's too bright. God damn it! That would have been a funny bit.
Sorry.
It's a stall throw from Fate. So it's like in this day and age, people are into that.
Yes.
I
love the stall throw not from that, but from the that stop motion animator on YouTube that uses a stall throw in all of his skits and does it better than Robot Chicken.
Why is it so fucking bright? Oh my god!
Astolfo's from Fate?
Yeah. Well,
I had no idea.
Originally from the Tales of Charlemagne and his Paladins, but this particular version is from Fate, and it is a guy in a skirt and stockings in this outfit you can get, which I have got because. Yeah, so that's a very popular character.
Back in my day, we had femboys. That is a running joke. People have said that like when the next generation gets here and we're all boomers and we're really old, there is going to be those like great grandparents in the old folks home being like, well, back in my day we had this thing called femboys. Not again, Grandpa. No, so what it was.
You youngsters don't understand. Back in my day, we had skibbity toilets. Y'all aren't cultured anymore. And
the women would dance a certain way, and we'd say, throw it in a circle.
y'all in your lingual, like, and, like, I don't understand what you youngsters are saying nowadays.
The worst part is, we understand what Gen Z is saying. It's just cringe because we understood the difference between real life and video games, but these poor people were immersed in phones since they were like 3 years old and TV screens. So they combine video game lingo with their day-to-day conversations, and that's why it's cringe. Like, dude, I see a level 20 Gyat over there on my radar. And it's like, shut up, shut up. Just say, hey, there's a cutie over there. You don't have to put video game
There's no way somebody says that in real life.
They do. It's wild.
I'm impressed how fast you came up with that too.
I reckon that's how Cassie's going to talk when she gets brought back into MK.
No, it will not be that bad. She will have cringe, but it will not be that bad. It can't be.
And she's going to be built like Marissa from Street Fighter 6.
No, see, they won't do that just because it means making an additional body type for all the fatalities, and they're not going to go that far.
Exactly. Too much effort.
Damn. Are fatalities the reason why we don't have more body types? Damn.
Yeah.
Cool. Damn.
I mean, when's the last time we had a divergent body type? Was like Bull Raicho in MKX?
There's got to be a way to make it work. If Zangief can do a spinning pile driver on every type of character size, then there's got to be a way to make it work.
That's Street Fighter and Tekken. They're not mutilating their characters, you know.
When Zangief like slams someone into the ground, the fucking spine doesn't explode out or something. It's just the outside. Make a character model. That's it. Whereas MK is like all the interior. You know, like it's one of the reasons why they don't have as many blood colors, because it means they have to redo all the innards and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, now that you mention it, Snake, if we ever did get a cool timeline or a different reality where Mortal Kombat cross Street Fighter did happen, but they fully embraced the Mortal Kombat, because in this universe, Mortal Kombat is just so popular, they have to like play ball. That would be Zangief's fatality. He would just do like the biggest SPD you ever seen, jumps extra high, and as he's spinning down, they're like, just slams it, it's exploded, it just guts and bones. That would be Zangief's fatality, 100%.
That's pretty much Mike Hagar's super in the Final Fight fighting game, where like, it goes into space and then comes down with them to the ground, except they don't die there.
Did I ever tell you guys about
that's
like
epic.
Back when the greatest fighting game ever was still around, Rumble Versus? When that game was still around,
you can do. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I saw this one YouTuber. He made me cringe so hard because I like watching good players, but I cringed at what he called it. So he did the super, and the super is clearly an SPD. It's Zangief spinning pile driver, right? When he does the SPD, but he goes primary Lotus, and I was like,
"The fuck is primary Lotus?"
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's from Naruto. It's when Rock Lee does the Azuna drop.
I see.
Which is crazy because it's already an Azuna drop in Rumble Versus. It's already in the freaking game. It's even called like Azuna drop. That's what you guys call it
too, the Azuna drop. Yeah, in Asia we love that too. It's like the Azuna drop. Well, we don't say that. We say Rock Lee over here. Basically.
One of the most dangerous moves you could ever do to your opponent, because if your head is just slightly too low, you're dying also.
Yeah, the sad thing about that move is that people who know the name probably don't know where it comes from. That it comes from Dead or Alive. Or at least
I did not know
might
that.
have predated that, but at least that's where the name I know of comes from. Because it's really.
I do wonder the origin of that move. Yeah. For me, it's Rock Lee. Rock Lee was right.
But then like, everyone's doing it. Like Takeda has it now.
Oh yeah.
You could do it in Tenchu Z, but usually it's not spinning, I think. But this one was great.
Yeah, that's the one. I know that because of video games. Rock Lee does that. That's his super move, basically. That's why I know that.
But yeah, we were talking about.
That sounds like a really fun Evo for you guys.
I will say that like fair warning to anybody who goes next year, like climate change is definitely real in Las Vegas. Like it was hotter than it's ever been this time, and that could also be because it was earlier. Before it was in August, so it's probably a bit cooler than it is in July, so it's even hotter. And to give you an idea of how hot it freaking was in Las Vegas, and I held on to this example in case you asked me, it was so hot that just keeping my phone out to look at it for GPS while I'm walking to a restaurant for 10 minutes killed the phone. It turned off from too much heat. It said, I'm turning off. Yeah. So that's how hot it is. My technology gave up.
On a more positive note, did you run into any friends of the channel?
Oh, yeah, did you?
Oh, yeah, for Underdog, yes. I'm not sure about for Kombat Kings, except for maybe one guy who's such a big fan that I'm sure he knows about Kombat Kings too. I just never asked him. I try not to even bring up the channel when I'm chatting with people. We just talk about the games and how much we love fighting games.
Cool.
Some of them were just surprised to see me competing in other games. They were like, dude, why is Underdog so good at Tekken? And I'm like, because I love Tekken. Nobody understands how much I love Tekken. And then in Street Fighter, I think some people knew me, but it wasn't quite as popular. Like there wasn't that many. So yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty fun experience. I was gonna give some tips for Evo, but I totally forgot.
You may have met someone in like another group chat of ours. There's a picture of it on Twitter.
Someone you met in person for the first time, perhaps?
Babe Ruthless.
Her name's
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope she's
I
not
didn't just
watching
meet her.
this.
We were chatting like up until too, because like
And you still
she said she
forgot.
was gonna cosplay, and so I was trying to find which cosplayer she was because before you get into Evo, thankfully they fixed the problem this time. You can come in and out of the event pretty easily. There's never a line except the first day because everyone of course wants to get in. So there's a line the first day.
Yeah.
But so in line, I saw all these different cosplayers, and I'm thinking like, is that Babe Ruthless? Is that Babe Ruthless? Is that Babe Ruthless? I'm not sure which one because I know she's done a Reina cosplay before, and everybody and their mom was cosplaying Reina, including some dudes. So like everybody was cosplaying Reina. Everybody was cosplaying Jury's costume 3 with the pajamas.
Oh, that's
like
cute.
so. And then sure enough, she was cosplaying King from Tekken 3, but the alternate.
Yes, yes.
Which is technically, I guess you could argue, the first appearance of Armor King, maybe, but
What?
or was he in Tekken 2?
He was
Yes.
in Tekken 1, right?
He's in 1 and 2. The reason that costume exists is because he wasn't in Tekken 3. But he had appeared before then, you giant fool.
Listen, nobody's played Tekken 2 and 1. We
This
played
man
3 because it was on
stands here.
consoles.
This man stands here and he's like, oh yeah, the first appearance of Armor
I
King,
love Tekken.
who was dead in Tekken 4, and then his brother came in Tekken 5. Yes, the original Armor King never appeared before Tekken 3. What are you doing?
Well, it was his outfit.
You know,
She was
Dog,
dressed as the King alternate in Tekken
I
3.
think I understand now why people see you playing Tekken and go, why is Underdog playing Tekken? He doesn't know Tekken lore. I'm going to hold this over your head forever, Dog. I hope you know that.
Well, if you're an example, then people who know the lore don't play the games. So
Oh no! You're bringing up. You're so evil, dog.
well, I mean,
Hachi's
Armor King didn't look that way in those games though, so I'm still correct because the Tekken 3 is that outfit. So I'm still right about that at least.
So, gentlemen, we have just gotten an update. I'm gonna hurry and like skip this conversation. The person who has told us that no cameo, new cameo fighters, and that the Warrior Shrine is not bringing the Combat League skins into the game, has also added some new like information. Dun dun dun. Warrior Shrine will be in the next expansion and online practice mode.
Nice. Only took a whole year, but you know, glad.
Took a freaking year, and finally those freaking like
Wait.
unselectable things.
Oh, wait, online.
Finally,
Wait, with the next expansion or with this one?
oh, Chaos Reigns. Coming
Oh.
with the Chaos Reigns
I'm
update.
gonna
That's
say,
what
like,
the
I'm gonna
so
say, oh, we should
expansion.
wait a year for online practice mode. Hooray!
The next expansion is what I mean by the one that's coming, basically.
The next
Not like the
update.
next.
Let's update.
There you go, sure.
Expansion.
The expansion is coming. Yeah.
You silly goose.
And the Warrior Shrine, I'm still curious what it's going to be because you guys debunked
Right?
my theory. So, yeah.
Well, that person debunked
Well, Fate
it,
Unknown
yes.
did. He debunked it, but yeah. Sorry?
Yeah.
Ghost data matches. So it's like all the top players from Combat League can fight their ghost data as part of the online practice mode.
Oh.
Here's what I think it's going to be. I mean, this is pretty obvious, but I think everyone's thinking this, but here's what I think it's going to be. I think there's going to be certain things that can only be unlocked in the Warrior Shrine, but you get the points via playing ranked or casual, maybe both. So it's not going to be Combat League unlockable. It's just going to be the Shrine specifically. The Warrior Shrine has specific costumes that can only be unlocked with Combat League points.
I think people would hate that. Well,
But that's what it's gonna
casuals
be,
would
I
hate
think.
that.
Also, I don't know because this game is heavy on the monetization, so I don't know if WB would allow that. How like, exclusive stuff that you have to earn and not buy.
Well,
Well, it'll still be in the
Combat
store
League-
eventually, I'm sure, because like the Shrine has stuff in it that can be bought in the store too.
True. Combat
quite a
League
few mix
stuff
of
is like the try-hard like pallets that you want to get because like those are just pallets, so who cares? You can get the skins and invasions and in the shop. So Warrior Shrine being that exclusive though, I'm not sure. Be interesting.
You know what,
though.
WB? I found the solution to your problems. Just add a DLC character called like
Works a lot better.
Microtransaction Man, but he's got a K hidden in his name somewhere. And the way he works is just to pick him costs $50 every single time, but you automatically win the match. There you go. Now your little pay piggies will give you all the money you need, but the rest of us don't have to pay for anything. We get free costumes, we get free DLC characters, because those pay pigs who can't play the game and just want to win are paying $50 every time. So there you go. I've solved the money crisis. And your odds of bumping into one of those whales is so small. And even if they use the cheat on you, you don't lose points. You just get the next match right away. I'm not being serious, obviously. Don't take it seriously.
Yeah, of course. Anything else you want to mention about Evo? Evuvu.
There we go. Astolfo, hooray.
Hey, there
oh God, he's so hot.
There he is.
And he's a rider.
Yes.
I want Astolfo to ride me.
Come on.
Yes.
That thigh gap.
Oh, boy. Femboy thighs. Yeah.
I feel like I could just like clip something Dog just said right there. I feel like it's gonna be very useful in the future.
That's what I want, Sonic. I want my sexuality to be vague. I want people to guess.
The funny
it's not
thing
big
is,
anymore, Dog.
when
Yes, it is.
when
I can
Dog,
bring it back. I can bring
when
it
Dog
back.
said, "Oh, I wanted to ride me," the funny thing about that is there actually is a rider class character in Fate who is a rider because she's so tiny she rides on people's backs.
Oh, she's Farah.
Oh, that's cute.
Hooray, Farah. I thought you were going to say that she's a rider because she's like a prostitute, because that's the joke that I was also making.
I don't think that pun would work in Japan. So, yeah.
So, I wanted to bring up something because you brought up Farah. If you saw in the Kombat Kast, and they also showed in the trailer too, like new cameo moves for characters. Oh, did you see they do Sub-Zero moves like Snake? It's so funny. I love that new Sub-Zero move. It's so funny.
No?
I'll find it, but I'll bring up this one first. Jax has a new cameo move where basically, think of like Peacemaker's Eagly, where you can like summon Eagly to like disturb the cameo fighter. Well, Jax has that where he now shows up and he does the gotcha, but he actually holds up the cameo, the enemy's cameo, and like start pummeling their face,
punching
basically.
the fuck out of them in the background. Yeah.
Chameleon's about to throw like an ability, then Jax shows up, gotcha, grabs Chameleon, bam, 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 like just starts smashing them.
And the reason everyone's talking about it is because it's armored on the way in, so Jax can just blow through your opponent's whatever and still grab the cameo like they're not safe.
That's really good.
I brought up the Jax thing is because I'm just very curious, how is he gonna punch Motaro?
I was thinking that too.
I'm guessing he just picks up his cheeks, but Motaro's still just standing there like, oh no.
See, some people might go, oh, what who can have Motaro about Goro? He's huge, and they're just like, Goro is tiny in this game. It's not going to be a problem. Farah,
oh my gosh, could you?
Farah will need a unique animation.
Farah was
she's
the
so
funny
tiny.
one too.
But here's the thing, though, Sonic and Snake. What if to buff Motaro, because he's not being used by enough players despite having really good utility, what if they bring back the 3D era boss gimmick where you can't throw him? So if you try Jax's gotcha, Jax just falls backward and goes, oh, and Motaro goes, oh, and just laughs. Like in the 3D era games.
See, that'd be really funny, because you can make a little bit where Jax does that and it's like, ha 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 ha, and then Sindel's like, and then he's like, oh, I'm banished.
Yeah, true.
Like instantly banished to the Shadow Realm for defying Jax.
Yep.
Okay,
you gotta find the clip now of Sub-Zero, I guess.
I found it. So,
nice.
To explain this, Snake, Sub-Zero has a new move where basically he will freeze your character. He'll just show up and be like, freeze your character. And if your opponent hits you, they get frozen. So it's like a parry move, basically.
So like it turns you into an ice clone.
Yes, exactly. That's like
Keep
a new
that
move that
thought.
Sub-Zero's getting in the next update. However, that's not all. If your opponent is expecting the parry, if they're expecting that, okay, I'm not going to hit you because I'm just going to get frozen myself, so I'm going to let it like run out and then I'm going to punish you. You can counter that by having Sub-Zero just throw you.
Like in Injustice 2 with the ice clones.
Yeah, and MKX.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Just, he
And
just throws you.
far. He throws you a good distance, and it looks plus on block. So it's also just a get in tool.
In the Kombat Kast, they said it's plus on block. There's like, this is safe if you do that.
I like the idea of using this as like, you know when Jax comes in and he punches the ground and it's really fucking annoying? You use this to get over it. It's like, oh no, Jax is coming in. A quick Sub-Zero, throw me!
Oh, this
I do that with
seems
Lee May
really
all the
funny.
time. Because Lee May has that little flippy kick where she like runs at you and does a little backflip and drop kicks you. She's in the air so long you can time it to go over Jax's ground pound. It's super funny. Yeah.
He flips there. It's pretty funny, that animation. But I just
I
want to
love
bring
the
that
ice
up
clone. I
because
like how you stay stiff the whole time too when he throws you.
But yeah, 'cause you
It looks
frozen.
especially funny
That's
on
how it
Rain
works.
because the whole staff comes with him.
yes, and the
frozen
cape,
too.
and,
Yep,
and like
and
the
the
cape
cape.
is just like frozen there basically. So I'm excited to see like more characters with this, like just Sub-Zero throwing General Shao, whee! Stuff like that.
Who is this artist? I must commission them. Oh, commission's full. Damn. Yep.
Oh
See,
yeah, she's got a lot of like.
see
oh, no.
The sad part is this is about the fact he throws her over a balcony. In my head, it's her mad that he approaches Madame Bo. You what? The idea of after all those years of like Smoke being a brainwashed thrall under Sektor and whatnot, it's like now he gets one over on her by banging her mother. He becomes her new stepfather, Smoke.
I am so excited because I haven't been editing the next chapters yet in Mortal Kombat 1, but I am so excited because I haven't listened to any of the new descriptive audios yet. So I'm very excited to listen to what new descriptive audio will happen during chapters 8 through 15, basically, because I have no idea yet. There are some gold in those, basically.
There's got to be a very easy one between Sektor and Smoke, and it's not even going to be like lore specific. Just have, like,
Chaos
them
Reigns!
clash.
I didn't think of that too. That's a good point.
What I thought you were talking about. So I wonder how long it'll refer to Noob Saibot as being like this enigmatic, mysterious shadow ninja before it just says he's Noob Saibot, or how it's going to describe the Chaos versions. An alternate Scorpion with a mohawk enters and is torn apart by Noob Saibot.
Oh, like she will describe them with like I don't know, with a spiky aura. Like she will say more than just like the thing, like she'll describe it. So there's like an adjective with it.
Havoc tears his own head off and beats Liu Kang with it. It's gonna sound like the goofiest shit ever. I love it.
So during conversations she won't talk, but during action scenes she will describe everything during the actions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
you
might be great.
You don't need like character dialogue to be described. You can hear it.
Yes, exactly.
I thought we were still talking about the character intros. I was like, I could picture like Sektor and Smoke having a bunch of funny ones based on this exact situation that happens in story mode. But my brain first went to her making fun of his MK9 intro again, where it's like, "What are you doing here, Sektor?" And she goes, "What do you mean? Where there's smoke, there's fire."
That'd be funny.
So
I like that.
I think that they will do exactly that. There's already an intro. Is there an intro with Smoke?
Takeda already does that with Smoke. Takeda makes fun of like Smoke, I think.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Where there's smoke, there's fire, or something like that. Like Takeda doesn't make that joke with him.
There should be one between Bihan and Sektor where Bihan's like, "Sektor, your shift ended hours ago. It's not like I like you or anything, Baka."
Oh, there are many people panicking about the Bihan X Sektor ship right now. People are like, no, it's a Sariha. I don't know how to say Serena Bihan. It's not beat her.
It's Bektor. It's Bektor.
Subtor. Sex Zero.
Sex Zero. Oh, that's good too. I just love how like people are spreading misinformation too again, like with the fake intro dialogues and shit. It's just wow.
Sex Zero, shadows die twice.
Sex Zero.
I have to make one of those. I'm gonna make one of those misinformations real quick with the fake subtitles. 1 second.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. I'm excited to see your Twitter now. This guy has made like 10 edits just from that Sektor trailer, basically. Like he loves that new like Sektor trailer. He's so into the Sektor memes.
I like the little thing he made with her render where she's pointing. Look, Bihan, that's the guy who called me. What was it? Victor, and laughed.
Yes. The thumbnail will be Sektor in this video, just so you know. When she says no, like towards like a certain moment, yeah.
I did.
Good for memes.
I did see a brief, tiny little shot in a clip someone posted where like Sektor stood there and then Bihan just like rushes past her to attack someone.
Okay, you saw that. Then that's how the Bihan being good conversation started. Remember I said that I was like talking with the Bihan stan because it was like, wait, Bihan went into the portal to try and attack like Titan Havoc. Wow, is he a good guy now? That's how the conversation started. So you know that. That's how. Yeah, okay.
Oh God, people are so stupid. Sorry. People are so dumb. I swear they stopped teaching critical thinking at school. They stopped teaching just reading comprehension. The amount of people that get mad at me in like a random Twitter reply and didn't even read my comment correctly is just immeasurable. Like when I made fun of how
a lot of times,
one of the intro dialogues. That's not really a spoiler. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I probably shouldn't mention it.
Intro dialogues are fine though, right? I think intro dialogues are fine.
Yeah.
Well, one of the intro dialogues implies that Sektor is going to do the Cyber Lin Kuei at some point. Like just full on cyber initiative. The armor is just the first step.
Come on, we know that for a fact because it's NetherRealm. NetherRealm is always going to be going back and rehash the old plot points.
Well, so in that little first look teaser on Twitter, I replied being like, now the people who complained, they're not cyborgs anymore, that's so lame, are feeling real foolish right now, or something like that. And all I got were replies being like, nobody's mad about that, nobody's mad about that, it's just blah, blah, it's just blah. Or one of them went like, you idiot, they're mad about this, not that. And I'm like, read my statement again. I didn't say the people complaining about the gender swap are invalid. I made fun of people specifically who got mad about the cyborg thing because they have no forward thinking. Please, dear God, study reading comprehension because you don't have any. Like, just
the world isn't about what is right and what is wrong. The world is about what is like right on my side and what is wrong on their side. If you complimented like Sektor and Cyrax, that means you're complimenting their gender swap.
Dog, how does a person study critical reading comprehension and whatnot if they can't read?
It's true.
By you saying that people are mad about this,
anymore?
You're implying that the gender swap is a good thing. Like, obviously, Adara reading comprehension.
Yeah, because people just view the world ironically the way MK is, where everything's pure black and white. Like, if you're not purely on this side of the argument, then you must be on this side of the argument. It's like, no, I'm somewhere in the middle. And it's like, oh, you're in the middle? Fence sitter! And it's like, no, it's called looking at the situation, viewing both sides and thinking both extremes are bad. The answer is closer to the centre where people can be rational. Fuck you and die.
Look at everything on its own.
You can't do that anymore either, though, because I tried doing that and I got called a fence sitter. So you can't even find a middle ground because apparently middle ground equals fence sitting.
That's the thing I just said. Oh my God, dog! Listen to people when they talk.
Snake.
You said die.
Snake. He's having a middling like opinion. Snake. See, so dog is doing
just agreeing with
I thought you were going to say he's having a midlife crisis.
That too. They're not mutually exclusive. Both can be true.
Okay, is there any last conversations you guys want? Because I don't mind editing a 3-hour episode because I think I got some other things I want to do this next couple weeks.
You're not talking about your trip?
Did you want to talk about your Japan trip, or did you already do that?
Okay, I can talk.
I see. Now he's hesitant. Okay, I see how it is.
I'm just being humble, guys. Oh, you guys want to hear about my Japan trip? Yee!
Not really.
So in the last episode, basically I showed all the merch I got from Japan. That was like the merch part of the episode. But I can mention some things that I did in Japan. Every single day was like an event because we went to like all sorts of places around like Shikoku. It was a lot more fun than I expected because I thought it was just going to be all rural village and no technology and stuff like that. But no, it was like a lot of like fun things to go through. We went to all different places and stuff. There was only one area that was way more rural, but it's very beautiful, like the gorge there, the view. In fact, like, because, well, okay, one of the places we went to, I don't know what's called in English, Daoho Hot Spring, but that hot spring was the hot spring that inspired the Miyazaki film Spirited Away, that hot spring. So before I went there, I was like, I'm going to rewatch Spirited Away. And literally the road that they're driving in the beginning of the movie, we were driving in the mountain way that looked exactly like that. So I was like, oh shit, this is very cool. We're basically driving like in the movie, like the beginning scene and stuff like that.
So what you're saying is Miyazaki is uncreative and just copied, traced over a real photo. What a lazy fuck. No, I'm kidding.
Come on now.
I mean that's common.
I love Miyazaki.
The town from the Higurashi series is setting is based on a real place. People go there and oh yeah, this is the Higurashi town. Yay.
A lot of Japanese culture is referenced all the time. I got this at the Ghibli store that's like, I think I showed this last time, right? This is where I got it, basically.
Haku.
Over there.
You might have done.
Haku. Yeah.
It's hard to remember. It was
Unless
a very,
Dog
it was
cut
a
it
very
out, 'cause
long
Dog
time
actually-
ago.
He's a
Dog
ripper.
did cut out a couple of times when I was showing the figures. Remember the one with the bench, like all that? Dog cut that part out, unfortunately.
I did.
So you guys don't know what the bench is.
Dog, disgusting.
Oh shit.
That was a birthday gift, so I wanted to show him the video, but
You got the birthday gift? Oh, Dog. Oh, come on.
It's okay. It's okay.
Did I?
So another exciting thing I want to talk about for this trip. This is a pretty exciting. Like, we had a giant typhoon looming over our country, like the day before we could leave, and this typhoon was so big and so devastating that our flight was about to get canceled. Like on the same day, like my mom's friend will want to come back from Hong Kong, their flight got canceled. So we were very worried midnight that whole entire day, being like, is our trip getting canceled? Like, are we going to be able to go? It turns out the night before we got to leave, our plane is fine. However, our house to the plane, like the airport, is around 2 hours. So we wanted to take a bus over there. Every bus station was like canceled for that entire day. So we're like, fuck, what do we do? What do we do? Well, shit. So we came up with a plan, like on the spot, to just drive over there and leave our car there at the parking lot for like 12 days. We didn't want to do that, but we were desperate. And it's like we went there and we hear a bunch of other people being like, we did the exact same thing. The freaking buses and the trains all stopped during like this typhoon, but the highway is still allowed for you to drive on it and stuff. Weird. And we even heard it's like the planes got canceled in the morning. Our plane was at like 2 in the afternoon. Afternoon stuff, it's fine. The morning, delayed or canceled. So we got extremely lucky with our trip, basically. And then, like, around the end of August, another giant typhoon has hit Japan. So we had, like, a news article that came out. It's like, so people in Taiwan flew to Japan, and because the typhoon was too big, so then when they were there, they had to fly all the way back in the typhoon, back and forward. So it's like, we dodged a bullet, basically, is when we got to Japan. We were very lucky then. So that was, like, a pretty exciting story.
That's crazy, man. I'm glad it still worked out. That's terrifying. I'm very
Yes.
I was concerned that y'all chose to drive when the bus people were too scared to drive, but if the highway's still open, then I guess it's deemed safe enough to go. But if I was told, like, hey, due to a tornado, which is not the same thing, it's much smaller, but it's like, oh, tornado warning, buses aren't going right now, I would not have the cojones to get in my car and drive there. I go, well, guess it's getting delayed by a day or something. Like, I'm not going.
It was luck. We were very daring, that's one thing, but it was very luckily, like, completely fine when we were driving. It was just, yes, it was raining, but it was not like kind of way. It was like, okay, the typhoon isn't where we're driving at,
car,
basically. Like, yeah, it's not that bad.
Drive, just scared shitless, like, oh fuck.
I got an experience I can tell you guys. So, do you both have driver's license?
No.
Okay.
I do.
So, I believe in America, you guys will drive on, like, your car is on the right side, right?
Yes. The correct
Is
side.
it?
No.
Is it opposite in England?
Yes. Huh?
Yeah,
Is it what?
We've driven to the left like sensible people.
Yes.
No, it's on the right side because that's right.
That's just what you tell yourselves, dog. You people spell colour wrong.
We did. Wait, is it you?
Is it you?
No.
As a kid, I spelled as a U and got scolded for it. I'm like, but I always thought it was a U.
Well, you guys
See?
put
So-
E's in everything. They don't need to be there. No, just kidding. So, yeah, go ahead. I'm just teasing.
Anyway.
You guys put fucking fructose, corn syrup, whatever the fucking stuff that doesn't need to be there. You shut your mouth.
But we don't like that either. We didn't want that to be in there. They just snuck it in. We don't like eating that either.
Then don't eat it.
I mean, I don't
Well, he
personally.
doesn't.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
he doesn't,
demonized
yeah.
lately, the fructose corn syrup. But yeah. So yes, we're on the right side. What was your
Anyways.
follow-up question?
So, in Taiwan, we drive in the right. However, when we went to Japan, we didn't book any, like, travel agencies and stuff like that. Like, we rented a car and drove all around Shikoku ourselves, basically. And in Japan, it's on the left.
Yeah.
So, we had to get used to that shit, basically. We had to be like, okay, so I'm going to turn right now. And then the wind wipers show basically, oh shit. We can't make a big, we have to, when we turn left, we have to make a small left instead of like a big left where we're from and stuff like that. And
your
it's
steering
like,
wheel's on the opposite side too, right? Like they switched the steering wheel side too.
So it's like, where it's like, okay, who's driving? Okay, my brother's driving. Okay, he gets in and it's like, it's on the other side. You gotta drive
That's
on
why
the other side.
I don't drive. I always get a driver. I Uber. I Lyft. I refuse to adapt to how confusing that would be.
It was a
But
very fun
do you have an
experience.
adorably small car because it's Japan and they have like smaller vehicles? Even their SUVs are smaller.
It looked small, but it was actually pretty big inside. It's pretty nice. Here's a fun fact. When we were driving, okay, first off, I'm pretty sure the highways are really big over there, right? For you guys have a big highway. Like
It depends.
Like you
That's
can
a
drive
freeway.
3 or
We have
4
plenty of highways that are only 2 lanes, but some are like 5 lanes.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends.
In Taiwan, it's mostly 3 lanes, basically.
That's good.
But in Japan, it is mostly 2 or even 1. And it was like
It's not even
there
a
is
highway.
no space to mess up. Yeah, on the highway. And what's even more crazy is the speed limit is 80, or that's at least what they say. In Taiwan,
But
it's
it's
a lot higher.
kilometers, right?
Yes.
Nah, so pretty slow.
The thing is, though, no one was following the law in Japan about that. It says 80, everyone's going 100, 110.
Oh no!
Everyone was
Insert the
speeding past us.
stereotypes. Insert the stereotypes.
I actually, I was watching Trash Taste, and they mentioned this, and I was very shocked because it happened to us. They were like, okay, Japanese people, like, strictly follow law for everything except the highway. Like, it says 80, they don't give a shit. They just go, meow. And so we were, like, being, like, good little kids and be like, why is everyone surpassing us now? What the fuck? I think one time we were, like, driving on the fast lane and we were going 80. A motorcycle just pulls up next to us and did this. And then drove off, basically. It's like, wow, what the fuck?
To be fair, y'all are still in the right because you don't want to break laws in a different country. It's one of the worst mistakes you can make. But that's just one more reason why I think that if anyone watching can afford it, just Uber and Lyft everywhere. Because you don't want to be the one getting the ticket like just the Uber or Lyft guy will. Way better.
True. And I think that's fine in a city, but we were literally going from like city to city to city to city, you know, like
Oh, I
all
see.
around
You're
the big
going
country.
to like so it's
Yeah.
like long stretches of nothing. Gotcha. Okay.
Every day was we had to go on every 2 to 3 days we go from one county, one city to the next, to the mountain, to the so we had like a lot of things. Yeah, so that's why we needed a car basically. But yeah, so that was it's Spooderman.
Oh, his
It's the
visors
scooter
work. That's
guy.
cool.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's so cool.
It's very tight.
Holy crap,
How-
Mr. Stark.
His head got like bent in. He's got the headset like head now.
It's
That
very
was
really
the
cool,
dent.
though.
no, because it's like a little thing there that moves. It should move when you talk, but the problem is that the thing is so small that it's right under my lip. You know, if I try to get it under my chin so I can actually move the thing, it's tight against my temples.
Oh,
It's,
big head
unfortunately
problems.
kid
Me
size
too.
probably,
Big head
right?
gang. Big head gang.
Big head gang.
Big brain gang.
Yeah. So one last thing I'll talk about for the Japan trip. Again, a lot of shit happened, but like I think I want to kind of wrap it up here. So we went to 2 zoos. The first zoo was really fun. We got to see like a lot of like awesome like animal behaviors. We saw the shoebill stork. You know the the gigantic dinosaur like birds basically. They like with their mouth and stuff. A lot of memes of them, you know, the one like just staring at the screen, like the shoebill stork meme. Oh, here we go, like this one basically.
Oh, I gotta see these pictures. Yeah, that's good.
I got to see them
Yeah,
make the
this guy.
sound, and I got to see them like fly and shit. It was very and they do the bowing thing. They'll like bow down like that, or they, like that. It was
I don't
very
like
cool.
these birds. They're evil.
I just need to interject. My last zoo experience was actually quite funny.
Okay.
So it's a really big zoo, Chester Zoo, over here, and so we went the family a few years ago, and it was really funny because, it was also it was weird timing because like the insect house burned down like a month or 2 later.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently no one died, but I think all the spiders died. So I'm like, yes. Anyway, the actual funny part was that. So I was walking with my dad at the time, and we went to where the lions were, and I think it was during the week, so there's like must have been a school trip there because there's like a common place to go for school trips, and so there's a bunch of kids there watching the lions, and there's just this female sat there, then a male one wanders over, mounts her, and just starts going to town.
Oh.
Like right in front of her. Just like
Right in front of.
Right in front
Seriously?
of the salad.
Right in front of my salad. Are you serious? What an experience. I was something similar though. Not a lot of kids though. Hyenas. Hyenas, but they kept failing at it basically. They were like, someone was like, hey, no. Hey, basically. They weren't actually, they didn't succeed.
So what you're saying is that Havoc is bad at sex?
Oh, haha. Oh, I will say this though. Awesome thing I saw with the hyenas. There was like a little pond there, and one of them was just like sees the pond, goes in, and starts like basically like starts like having fun in the water. It's like, oh, that's awesome. Got to film that whole thing basically.
Oh, you filmed it.
But anyways, yeah. I'll put it in the podcast when
Hell
it happens.
yeah.
My brother has the footage. It's very cute. We went to a second zoo, and it was a lot. Not saying it's bad, but it was definitely a lot less like impressive than the first one. However, the thing that I can remember about the second zoo is we did a zip line.
Yes, I remember. You put a clip of that up.
Oh, you saw that one, yeah. So basically, it's like you go from one port to the other. Whee! And what's fun is you can actually buy to like have your phone put into like a bag, so that it's like you can film like what's going on essentially. Me, my mom, my brother did it. The first time, all three of us like failed miserably for like how we could film. The second time we did a bit better, but I still think I can show the second time the dog basically. This is like me filming my brother basically because he wanted to get filmed for his Instagram.
2, 1, go! Woohoo! Woo! 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 I need to hold on. I'm gonna hold on now.
This is where we thought you died, right? Because you like did a lot.
Yes. A lot of people in the comments are like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? I hope it's just your phone that dropped."
You didn't drop the phone, did you? You just pretended to?
So what happens is you have to grab on to like the zip line, but you can use one hand. So I was at the start because it'll get too fast. You have to use both. So I was holding it and I was like, I'm filming. Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm flipping too much. I have to let go of my phone. Okay, I'm let go of my phone to like grab onto it, and my phone was like here, and then it started like on the backside of my shoulder. I actually thought it fell off, like when that happened, when that whole entire thing was going on, basically.
I love all the dumbasses asking if you're okay, as if your ghost could somehow post it on Twitter.
That was like last moments, before a tragedy happens.
Yeah, that is a bit silly, but come on, the minds were in the right place, hearts were in the right place. They were trying to be nice. They were worried about the good friend who isn't their friend because they don't know him, SonicHaXD, that he might have been hurt. They were showing concern, dog. It's human empathy. Learn it.
You can have empathy without being fucking stupid. Sorry.
True.
Damn.
That is true. I'm convinced I rescind my prior statements.
No, don't make fun of my fans. But no, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. But yeah, like I said, I have a ton of other stories I could share, but I think I'll probably put it into here.
Did you go to the bodybuilder cafe?
No, I went to a
weak.
I went to the Demon Slayer cafe.
Oh, that was good too.
And it's like unintentionally went to the Demon Slayer cafe. Give me like 5 seconds. Let me grab something.
I see. We went to a One Piece cafe in Las Vegas. It was not worth it.
Was it not?
No, it's clearly meant for just birthday parties and stuff. The One Piece cafe in Las Vegas was not worth it. The line is like 40 minutes to get inside, and it's got like only 5 or 6 tables. And they're not very big.
So like if you order a pizza, you only get one piece.
I love that stupid meme where you just freeze whenever someone says One Piece and just Luffy fades in. I love that stupid meme. I'm just sad that
make that part of the thumbnail. Whatever dog's reaction is just like a Luffy face faded on top of him.
Can we get much higher?
No, that was a different meme. But yeah, Sonic didn't go here, and it makes me sad. Now, to be fair, I know Japan is bigger than people give it credit for, so you can't go everywhere. But damn,
these women are bigger than people
we,
give them credit for.
We went to the more like rural place of Japan. All the cool technology shenanigans is like at Tokyo and stuff.
Yeah, that's where I would go.
Yeah, well, like my mom is like, I am not going to where there's like crowds and crowds and crowds of people.
Yeah.
We're gonna go like here, which is actually a lot of fun still. We did a lot of fun events.
That's the cool part. Is there's both flavors. If you want to go to like the crazy city stuff, you can do that. But if you want to go to the fun, like actual cultural city, urban areas, or sorry, suburb area, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's me and.
And that's where you want to meet your waifus, actually, in the cute little village areas. Oh, Pochita.
No, that's not. I mean, yeah, there's Pochita in the back, but that's like the Chainsaw Man hat. I bought the Pochita one, which I was wearing in the last episode.
What do you think the chainsaw is, Sonic? It's Pochita. Learn
You don't
the
even
law.
watch
Sonic
the
is so
anime.
stupid.
I have. I watched like 20 odd episodes.
Let's all make fun of
20?
Sonic and how he
There's
never.
only like 12 episodes.
I don't know. I watched
I
a
found
bunch of. I watched like most of season 1 and got bored.
Damn. That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's
Damn.
insane.
No
So
argument.
here's a fun fact about the Demon Slayer Cafe. Half of it, like 90% of
That's
it was
not
Demon
Demon
Slayer.
Slayer.
But there's one page. There's one
Oh, okay.
page of Konosuba. One page
I
of
fucking
it.
love
And we-
Konosuba so much. I'm so happy.
I
it's
was like,
doing that.
oh, cool, Konosuba. You know?
Konosuba.
So I wanted to ask like a Demon Slayer fan here. This is apparently in the anime, what I just took a picture of. Like this is what
Yes.
the Kanjiro was eating and shit. So they serve that there basically.
There's one food that I really want to try, and they don't.
Just
serve
so
it
you
in
know, by the way,
America.
that thing in the middle
delicious.
is so
More
fucking
Konosuba.
good. Oh no, yeah, that's a Konosuba at the bottom. But I meant that the food, like I don't know what's called in English, tuan, but I don't know. But the point is that thing so fucking good, dude. Never had
You could probably
anything as
call
good
it a
as
shish
that.
kebab, like a fried shish kebab.
But it's like a not a shish. It's not meat. It's like
Do you dip it
you
in
know
that
what?
that container? Do you dip it in that thing?
That's tea. That's just tea. Do you know like
Aw.
machi? You know machi? Like
I
that
know
kind of
machi.
like soft, chewy. That's kind of like that, more like fried machi, basically.
Okay.
It's really good. And the reason why I went there is because we were at this like cultural dance center place, and it's like, oh, you can take the gondola to go to like the mountains. Okay, let's go to the mountains. Wow, it's so pretty. It's so hot. There's nothing around here except for that one suspiciously anime restaurant over there. I guess we're eating there then because there's nothing else around here. So that's why we had the Demon Slayer restaurant.
Gotcha.
The Demon Slayer restaurant that's decked out in Konosuba.
This was the One Piece one,
Ah.
but it's legit just that room.
I like to imagine someone going there and being like, what's all this anime stuff? That's not what Luffy looks like. Why isn't his skin not darker? And it's like because they watched the Netflix version. And that's introduction to One Piece.
It is America, right? So
Gam. They had very clever desserts, but the problem is like one of them I couldn't even open without a severe amount of effort. It was pretty funny. I ordered like just desserts, which was probably a mistake. I should have ordered like their food.
oh wow, that looks very hard to eat. I just reposted the Fate poster that I saw. Yeah, for some reason the Mountain Way had a bunch of
Making treats based on the Devil Fruit is really cool.
Is that cake, by the way?
The devil fruit.
That both of them are they cake?
The one I hope is cake. It's meant to look like a cake, so I hope it is. I didn't eat that one.
Yeah, right. You could just
I just saw
cut
it.
the cake.
The one that I
basically.
ate was the devil fruit, and no, it's not cake. It's a really weird take on another kind of dessert, which I forget the name of. But the outside was so hard that I could not even scoop it with a metal spoon. I could not get in. I
Wow.
couldn't cut it with a knife. It was so hard. I needed to start stabbing it with a fork until the top finally cracked open. And then I could finally peel away the top, like a hard candy shell kind of, but it's just icing, but it's just so hard because they put it in like sub-zero temperatures to keep it, not melting.
They put it in-
And so then
they
like
put
it's
it
just
in-
so hard. And then you
put
eat
it in what
then it's got like
temperatures?
chocolate and like whipped cream on the center, and the inside they kind of eat like a. You just scoop it out.
They put it in
Shut up,
what
Snake.
temperatures, dog?
Sub-zero.
Yeah.
temperatures. Yeah. It's so cold.
Sub-Zero
It was
real.
still fine. It was tasty enough. The bottom is like a cookie, so you can eat the bottom like a little cookie, and it was fine. But I should have got actual food instead because the actual food looks better. I'm not gonna lie. Like the actual food looks better. I should have got that. Here's a picture of that.
Yeah. So that's both of our trips basically. That does look pretty good actually. Some of those.
But it was too expensive. I think it was like $30 for one of those because it's all upcharged because it's anime.
If you wanted to see more of me or like what we did on a trip in Japan, you could just follow my brother's Instagram. He posted like a bunch of pictures, and I had to collab and do a bunch of Instagram dances with him and shit in Japan.
What is
So if you
what is
wanna
that
learn more-
Instagram, Sonic?
Oh, what is his Instagram other than it being? I have
If
showed
you
my
if you
brother's
don't know,
channel,
how are
though.
they gonna know?
Okay. I'm gonna look it up. Jeez.
Yeah, guys, go follow the Instagram of my brother, who's only famous in my home country that you're not from. Yes, very 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 rational there, Mr. SonicHaXD.
But to be fair though, he's really popular in my country right now. So I guess like I'm just saying, if people are interested, you know.
Anyone from Taiwan in the comments, let us know.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Okay, my brother's Instagram, bam, I'll put it there. If you want to see some funny shenanigans, or if you want to see me dancing, then you can
Solomon
follow
Music.
Solomon Haha Music.
I love how it's very on brand with SonicHaXD, but why is it Solomon's name?
Yes, we did not. I did not even come up with that with him actually.
Huh.
What's his I'm pretty sure I'm on his YouTube channel too. Actually, maybe I can post it here, like the clip that was like was me in it.
Solomon Digivolve too.
No. Oh yeah,
Nice.
he's called Saya, like SYA, basically. Oh, he got a pretty good username then. Like if that's what he can get.
Gear 5 Burger.
I'm just laughing at what it looks like without a name. Like out of context, it's like, what is happening?
Oh. Gear
Even Loopy
5
at the
burger.
top with like the stream coming down. Loopy, no, not on the burger. Astolfo again, let's go. That's my husband, though. No, get the woman out of here. Bring the man back. Bring the femboy back.
This is Castoria.
No! Yeah, wait. I don't know.
You fool. Fine, I'll bring back the stuff.
What was that, dog? Wait, what was that? Yeah, wait. You did. That was like another take of the. Is that Frost there? Yeah, wait. To end off this video, a bit of like update for this Kombat Kings. I will mention.
Yes.
The tights.
Yes.
Our next
The
episode
tights.
will be delayed by. You've shown that like 5 times in this episode.
He
It will
wants
be
to
delayed.
see it. What do you want from me?
We will be.
This is
delaying it
what
by,
the
like,
people want. They don't want.
Okay.
The American people are tired of women. They want femboys.
We always have.
Our next episode will be delayed by like a week from our usual time, because if we were on time, we would have to talk about Chaos Reign the moment it comes out, right?
Usual time, as if we have a usual time now.
But yeah, like, so it'll be around like the end of September instead of like September 20th ish. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Hee hee.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. End the episode. He's gonna keep shilling fate on this freaking podcast.
Yes. And I found a lore accurate cosplay too.
That's a very impressive cosplay, actually.
Well, it's lore accurate if you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I'm tired of these women cosplaying Astolfo. You misunderstood the assignment. Get out of here. You can't do a gender bend cosplay of a character that's already dressing that way.
Kill us,
Doesn't
steak.
work.
So
Now.
basically, the lesson is men are not allowed to cosplay as female Sektor and Cyrax because that's already.
Kill us and end the episode! Do it! We're getting off. It's getting weird.
Gunslinger.
Ebony.
No, sorry. No.
No. You're supposed to say the other thing. You know, the
yes,
thing.
I know.
Don't you
I know.
dare say it.
Jetpack.